Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. I'm Ketchup.
And I'm Mustard.
You're watching Week 7 of the EU Mortal Kombat X ESL Pro League presented by Xbox.
We've had a really crazy week here at ESL for the Mortal Kombat X Pro League. Obviously, we've now had the CIS side of the bracket has now finished. We have Cheap Eddie and La will be your two representatives for CIS from Russia, and they will be the two going to the top 16 from Russia for that side of the thing. And obviously, we had Mitsuones with his second week in a row winning the European side of things. He is back again. I think it's his 6th week in a row. Mitsuones has managed to make top 16.
Pretty much one of the most consistent places in the European side of this league. But obviously, you know, with last week, Mitsuones taking it 3-0 over Faso, actually defeating Nivek as well, 3-1.
But it was a very dominant run even. You know, you can see he took 3-0, 3-1, 3-1, 3-0. Like, you know, this guy last week didn't seem to be too much of a challenge for him. However, his ESL demon has returned. Foxy Grandpa is back in your top 16 this week. We haven't seen this guy for about 3 weeks, I believe. He's been very busy. He was doing the ESL Fan Choice Tournament that he was voted for. You know, thanks to everyone at home who managed to vote him in. He was there. He managed to take first place in that, beating Nivek in the Grandfinals with a really crazy, as I've said so many times before, 7-game deficit. Managed to make a comeback there. He was at the Commonwealth in America, and he was in Sweden for DreamHack, where he has also managed to qualify for the Mortal Kombat Cup here in Europe, where he'll be going as Sweden's representative. So this guy's been very busy. He's been a busy guy, but you know, he's back this time to try and sort of just get some more points. Not that he needs them anymore. He's got how much has he got now?
He has 400 points. Currently sitting at 400 points. As you can see, he is, you know, I would say by far the most highest point earner. But Mitsuones with those 2 consecutive wins, you know, he's 90 points behind Foxy. Mitsuones, you know, doing really well for himself. If he does really well this week and gets grand finals, there's a really high chance that he very well is going to be one of those qualifying players. Sumerian just sitting at number 5. Here he is this week as well. Shuffles, you know, slightly behind with 120 points. He's here again this week, so basically Sumerian needs to do well, Shuffles needs to do well. Fasol's here again. He needs to try and sort of get more points to cement his place further. I mean, this is an important week for a lot of these players, but you know, we have players like White Black. You can see White Black sitting at 75, but that was only after 1 week of entering ESL.
Yeah, he got second place in his first week. It took him 75 points.
White Black's here again this week, and you know, it very much depends on, you know, White Black, if he wants to do well and, you know, potentially be one of those qualifying players, he has to do well and get basically grand finals both weeks.
Well, we are approaching a very a difficult time, I should think, for these players. I mean, as I said before, Foxy has confirmed himself a place right now with the amount of points he's got. There can't possibly be 3 players that would have more than 400 at this point. Madzin won the European Mid-Season Showdown and secured himself a place. So there is really 3 spaces left up for grabs for the European side of this. And the 3 players that are fighting for those spots have not only a tremendous amount of points in the high 200s, some, you know, Mitsuone's sitting at 300 right now, but they're consistently placing. So for anyone to come up and knock those guys off the podium, not only do you have to place highly, you have to take these guys out to do it, to make sure you're guaranteeing yourself that spot as well. Because obviously, you know, there's always the money, the weekly prize spot of $1,000 to be won, which is, you know, that's not a bad amount by any means. However, the top 16 has a minimum $100,000 prize pot that these guys are so close to being able to get a spot to actually play for. So we're really beginning to get into quite an important time in the league. Now we're approaching the end.
Well, there's no doubt about it. The 3 players that are wanting to do well is, you know, it's Sumerian, Faso, and Mitsuones. You know, they are the 3 most likely, I suppose, at this rate to currently be the 3 remaining European players. You know, and all 3 of them are here this week. You know, Sumerian hasn't actually been present for the past couple of weeks, and here Sumerian is back, and hopefully, you know, no doubt we'll see him next week as well. You know, if Sumerian does really well this week, he's going to be in a good situation. Faso Mitsuone's having loads of points above a lot of other people. You know, and all these guys need to do in these past, you know, these 2 weeks that are left is place highly. You know, they just need to do well, and they could very well be the 3 remaining European players. But going into this week, I do believe our first match is going to be Sumerian, you know, from Greece versus SDB Hellbringer.
Okay, so it looks like we'll be going into Geggs versus Mr. Aquari instead, just while we wait for the players to get ready. Geggs and Mr. Aquari, 2 players we have seen multiple times in the league coming up. Mr. Aquari, we saw him at DreamHack, where he managed to bag himself 4th place, and some other prize pot that was there as well. And Geggs is here once again. Geggs is a player, we've seen him a few times. This will be, I believe, his 4th time we've seen him on the broadcast, but he is placing higher and higher each week.
I think I'm really excited for this set, though, because you guys at home will no doubt know that a balance patch came out last night. A balance patch, and it was well and truly a significant change to a lot of these characters. You know, Flame Fist, Liu Kang, you know, Raiden being changed around, Katana, Reptile,
15
Goro.
buffs Katana got. That's not so bad, really. You know, if you play Katana, you're all right.
But what excites me about this upcoming set is Mr. Aquari uses Sonya Blade. He started out with Demolition. That was his first variation, I think. Demolition got changed to a very exciting degree. You can now cast... Is it the grenades recover faster now?
Yeah, the stun grenades have faster recovery now, which opens up for some really high damaging corner potential. Obviously, we've seen EGP Wonder Chef managed to post a video showing, I think it's a 70% X-ray combo.
71% X-ray
starting off the X-ray, but it's a practical combo as well. You know, we've seen Sonya Blade players, Crawling Shadow in North America, Rio in his sets, and Mr. Aquari. These guys use
the X-ray. I was about to say the second Aquari gets that X-ray, like watch out because he's going to use it. But going into the set now, so we have Geggs versus Mr. Aquari. You guys at home have 3 minutes starting from now to make your predictions. There's a lot of good stuff to win this week. Those that are successful with your predictions will win a T-shirt. But before we get stuck into this stream, what is this all about? The ESL Mortal Kombat X Pro League is a string of weekly tournaments. You play through to top 16 on Sunday and play through the actual top 16 on Wednesday, where we will cast you.
Which is what you're watching right now.
There will be a weekly prize pot of $1,000 and the actual top 16, you earn placement points in each tournament. Those that have the highest amount of points will qualify for the top 16 in Burbank, California, where you'll play out for a minimum of $100,000 for 1 day of Mortal Kombat. You have the prediction point system, as we just mentioned, guys. You're not the the players aren't the only ones going home with something tonight. The top guys that predict these players in their set will walk away with some T-shirts tonight. This is done in Twitch chat using !predict, followed by the points you'd like to spend. You start with 10, so spend them wisely, followed by the player that you think is going to win the set.
If you at home would like to get involved with this yourself, I mean, you have one more week. You can enter these and at least go for that weekly cash prize of $1,000. Do visit esl.gg/MKX Pro League, where you can find out what the rules are, how to register, and follow the brackets up to date as you go. Please follow us on social media, on Twitter at ESL Mortal Kombat and NetherRealm on Twitter, Facebook at ESL Mortal Kombat and Mortal Kombat on YouTube. You can follow ESL for all videos of the brackets as they go, and MK Community Manager for all of your MK needs.
Oh, I can see Mr. Aquari in the button checks doing some Demolition B&Bs mid-screen.
Oh, he's playing Demolition. Oh, please do it, Mr. Aquari.
He may be playing Demolition. He may be. As you can see, guys, yeah, just before we get too carried away, first place of this week will win $500. Second place winning $300, and third and fourth, respectively, winning $100 each. And then, obviously, the placement points as well. The most important part of this at the moment, or as has ever been, really, those placement points.
But it's very apparent now.
Yeah, of course.
Especially earlier in the league, it was kind of, well, it's kind of about the money, really, the weekly prize pots, and the points will add up as you go. We're at week 7 now, and as we've said many times before, I said it last week, and I'm sure we'll say it again this week and next week, the players are having a lot of points right now. The points are what are important, and that's really what they're playing for, because all the guys that have the high amount of points will have to play each other quite early in this tournament, by the looks of things, by how the bracket's going. So I don't want to say bad placement, but an early elimination this week could be the difference between you going to LA in July or not going at all.
I mean, it's not even just the fact that it's a minimum of $100,000 for this top 16. It's the fact that you want to be one of those 5 representatives to represent your part of the world. Who doesn't want to be one of the 5 Europeans that will represent them? For the top 16. Who doesn't want to be one of the 7 American players? But here we go, going into this match. It will be Geggs versus Mr. Aquari. Mr. Aquari thinking about what variation he wants to go. We know he plays Demolition, but the patch only hit last night, so we don't know for sure how practiced Aquari is with the new version of Demolition. I would love to see it, but he's not really going to mess around. I mean, I do respect the option to go for the drone.
The tried and true. I mean, obviously, Geggs, this War God Kotal Khan we have seen numerous times. He normally tends to start with the Summoner Quan Chi and then changes if it doesn't go so well. However, we saw him win sets very dominantly with this Kotal Khan.
I don't think Geggs likes the Sonya matchup. The reality is, when Sonya gets in on Quan Chi, it's not fun for him at all.
You would do well to desist.
So it makes sense, I think, that he's gone for his other character.
Better than that.
You have chosen death.
But no doubt Aquari has actually picked this variation of Sonya to try and play the lane game and try and play a keep away game. He's going to summon the drone now and literally just play this keep away game against Kotal Khan. And there we go, just tagging him. Here comes the stun shot, obviously, just to cause so many issues, keeping Kotal Khan far away, which is ultimately what you want to do.
And there's the whip dive, kick against the overhead.
Oh wow, there's the X-ray immediately! Wow, amazing stuff there from Mr. Aquari. Amazing stuff.
Just what we were talking about beforehand. It's just the getting the X-ray, knowing it's a parry, and he drops the combo, but if you don't drop it, you can get yourself 50% just for a parry.
He tries to go for the armor there, but doesn't quite work out for him.
Yeah, this is looking tough for Geggs right now. This Special Forces seems to be giving Kotal Khan some serious issues.
Well, we know that when Mr. Aquari wants to play a variation that tries to play the lane game, he will pick Special Forces and then use that stun shot to play a keep-away game. But Geg's keeping Aquari in the corner right now. Oh, wow. There's a meat-burn art kick just to get out of the corner. He's going to be playing this long-range game, no doubt. Oh, and there's the clean jumping from Geg's. There's the convert. How much damage he's going to go for? 1 bar meter burn. And there's the 35%. Not bad for 1 bar. Oh, wake up down 2. We're playing day 1 right now. And this is what won Aquari round 1. It's just this difficult long-range game that Kotal Khan just really struggles with. Yeah, Aquari is going to play this keep-away game. Gets a clean down 1, catches the overhead, doesn't get a full combo though, commits into the cartwheel there. Not the cartwheel. Oh, there's the block on the overhead. Oh, and he gets sagged with the dive kick. This will be a full combo. Is Aquari going to keep this going? Hard knockdown. Oh, wow. That delayed wake up into the down 2. I mean, you see a lot of Kotal Khans go for that. I mean, he had no choice. It was either he delays wake up or he doesn't. Aquari just basically committed to the fact that he might not have done it. I mean, something you will notice is Special Forces Sonya does not have access to the military stance. So without the drone on screen, her damage is quite limited. So you tend to see Mr. Aquari going for the hard knockdown setups to really just get the hard knockdown so you can get a drone on screen safely and then you can start your serious aggression. Unfortunately, drops the air to air. I mean, the instant jump in 1 to anti-air Kotal Khan there did actually work, but he didn't get the combo off it. That's some nice plus frames on that. Oh, nice! Oh, there's a combo breaker! The free throw break. There's the down 2. Really good whiff punish from Mr. Aquari. Oh, once again, scouts the overhead sword. I mean, you know, you may not be getting too many punishes, but he's still costing Geg's bar, and that's the important thing. Because Geg's now doesn't have a breaker, but he does manage to get the unblockable. And it's very unfortunate. I mean, that's the thing about the Special Forces drone. The very second that button is pressed to trigger the very second that button is pressed to trigger the stun shot, you can't really do anything. You have to just respect the fact that it's coming. Because the second you press that button, that stun shot's on the way. And if you do a grab or a combo or anything, the tracking on it is so strong. It's going to break whatever you've done. It's really, like, you have to make sure that you're being really aggressive to Special Forces Sonya. Because if there's no drone, like I said before, like, her offensive options are limited down and her defensive options as well. Obviously, you know, she's got the meter burn for the armor. However, you know, she doesn't have just that free combo break potential that the electric shot gives her, which is one of the reasons you go for it. But it does look like Geg's has actually changed to summon a Quan Chi. An interesting choice. I mean, you can play a keep-away game against Demolition. Not Demolition, sorry, the Special Forces drone variation. But it's still a matter of the second Aquari gets in, it's going to be tricky for Geg's to do anything off the ground. Because that really seems to be the bane of Quan Chi. A very, very powerful character, but the second you knock that guy on the floor, he's in big trouble, especially against a rushdown character like Sonya Blade. But we know that Aquari knows that too. And he isn't afraid to go in. But going into the next match, we are going to be good to go. This first hit will be very important, but Geg's getting that first hit. Oh, ever so slightly whiffs on that dive kick. Gets the back 3-2-4 though. And there's the whiff dive kick just to get over the projectile. Oh, and he gets a nice chase down on the backdash, but doesn't commit early enough to get the full combo. Oh wow, Geg's goes to the back 3, doesn't quite get it. And there's the jump in, and once again, the electric shot just to shut down that. And that's that instant jump 1 that we see Aquari go to so often as an anti-air. Oh, we have an unfortunate pause at the moment. And that will be the, oh wow, and there's the environment interaction. I mean, again, you know, unfortunate pause. Looks like the game is gunned away again. Oh, that's to be a full whiff punish. Geg's ever so slightly getting away with that jump in there. Or that jump away more like. But doesn't commit to the full combo, but Geg's just all over. Mr. Aquari all over Geg's right now. Well, Geg's just showcasing some serious defensive nerves right now, but he managed to get the meter burn ruin. There's the break. That would have been round for sure. Good break for Mr. Aquari. And there's the whiff. Not quite. That was quite risky there, Geg's going for that head stomp. I mean, that's fully unsafe. And the hitbox on it isn't that great. Oh, but he's going to get the air. That's what we like to call throwing the kitchen sink at them. I mean, it's quite often that you'll often see. Oh, he actually combos that. It doesn't delay it long enough. Gets the combo, and then the trance does drop. So Mr. Aquari is let out of the blender, dashing the down 2. Good prediction on the jump. And now Geg's really going to have to just take that stun. But he does get the back 3 too. Pretty good whiff punishing the down 2. Good stuff from Geg's right now. What's this going to be? Is he going to delay it enough this time? And there's that reset. I mean, this is the staple of Summoner, really. Just landing that hit and then getting the Vortex on the go. I have no doubt that if Aquari loses this game, he's going to change to Kombat Ops. Because the thing is, Geg, when he gets in, Aquari actually seems to always have the upper hand. Geg seems to sort of not really... I want to say he hasn't got much of a defense, because that's just Quan Chi. And that's a clean game 2 to Geg's, just like that. I mean, Kombat Ops having the military stance does open up a lot of problems for Quan Chi.
So I guess we'll have to see if Mr. Aquari makes that adjustment. Geg's clearly, you know, made a good choice in this character change to summon a Quan.
Well, we know that Aquari isn't afraid to change variation. He doesn't change character, he changes variation all the time.
That's the benefit, that is the strength you have when you make yourself, even if you're a character specialist and you play, you know, the same character exclusively, you now have the option to play multiple variations to cover your potential bad matchup.
I've said this time and time again.
Because it's apparent, we see it week after week.
I've said it time and time again. This is what I love about Mortal Kombat X and the variation system, how, you know, Aquari is a character specialist. If he loses that matchup and goes, okay, well, normally in a situation where I would potentially change character in this matchup, I can simply change variation, have the same kind of general tool set, but just have a new set of tools that will help me against this character. So if you like a character and you like being a specialist, you know, you still get more rewards for being a specialist in Mortal Kombat X, because you can just, you know, change your tool set rather than changing a character. And no doubt, I think Aquari would have swapped to cover ops, I think.
And this is textbook what we're about to see, I have no doubt.
Absolutely, he's changed to cover ops, and we are good to go for game number 3. Oh, Geg's getting a nice read there. Aquari instantly pressing a button. If you do a neutral jump immediately at the start, you get that read, and he combos it once again. But he does get the air-to-air with the back 2 trance. Here comes Geg's, summon a vortex. And he combos it
once again. It combos. Geg's does not delay it enough. Let's get the full combo instead. Oh, wow, crouching poke.
Oh, and he gets the back 3-2 meter burn rune just to make it safe, just in case he blocked it. Blanche advantage. Oh, some quick get the whip punish with the dive kick. Oh, wow, risky stuff from Geg's, but Aquari with a full capitalizing. Oh, drops the combo, but manages to run him into the corner anyway. I'm not sure if that meter burn trance was a mistake. Whether it was a input error. I mean, I don't know why Quan Chi would go
regardless,
for that
Aquari is taking full advantage of it, and he's managed to get Geg's cornered into these 50-50s.
Oh, this is exactly why Mr. Aquari has gone for cover ops, is to get that rush down.
Ops not to break. Geg's realizes that it's hard to make a comeback when you're in that sort of blender. Just keep the bars and use it to kill him in the next round. This neutral jump punch. Nice patience there, but he does get the jump in. Geg's does not actually run, he gets the dash, he does not convert. But speaking of conversions, we'll get the jump on there, and here comes the summon of Vortex. Gets the low. 50-50, no convert from Geg's. There's the low back, and into double low. Meter burn rune to make it safe, and there's the overhead, but no convert again. Geg's opts to save the meter. Oh, and he lets Mr. Aquari out the corner. This could be big. Big jump in as well. Full jump in combo into knockdown. No wake up game for Quan Chi. Mr. Aquari tags him with the low. Gets the combo again. This will reset the situation. Hard knockdown once again. What's the mix up? Oh, wake up! Neutral jump punch against Sonya with no fear on Geg's. The hard reads of this man. There's the hard knockdown once again. 30% damage. And no doubt, yeah, Geg's is going to play that keep away game. I mean, generally that's one of the things that a summoner can do. It's not necessarily the Vortex against Sonya that you want to implement, it's the keep away that the back lets you have. It's like Geg's really just trying to put up this wall of neutral jump punch just to stop Aquari from getting those jump ins. But you can actually punish that neutral jump punch. If you space it out correctly, you can punish him on landing, especially if he does it at that height. But Mr. Aquari not really going for that option at the moment. Yeah, he's getting zoned out. He's using a lot of this bar on this keep away, but it's working out for him so far. No, there's the punish on the string. Back 3-2-4 is fully punishable. I think there's a good corner reversal as well. Generally, Geg's, I think, wanted to save the bar. Oh, but speaking of saving the bar, he's going to have to break, but he can't because he has no stamina. There's the hard knockdown. What's the setup going to be? Oh, straight raw 50-50. Geg's breaking, opting to not take the damage, but oh, Mr. Aquari getting the full jump in. Here comes the full combo. This combo won't kill, but the next setup potentially will. Is Geg's going to go for neutral jump punch again? Opts not to, blocks it, and he gets a punish. There's the back 3. Aquari caught pressing buttons after that low, and there's the full combo. This could be big for Geg's. Oh, good block on that from Mr. Aquari! Oh, Aquari with the blocks, though. And the fatality to say, no, you know, you're going to try and 50-50 me, but I'm going to do it to you instead. Your bald head is now mine. To be fair, actually, you wouldn't be able to tell that he's bald if all of his skin's been blown off. I mean, he could have had any amount of hair at that point. You know, when the Predator comes out, I want to see her do that to the Predator, because that's going to be like delicious irony. It will. I mean, it's not quite a skull. It's a fleshy head, but it's almost as good. But here was the sequence here. Aquari just opted. That jump in was the changer. I mean, it's risky going for a meter burn rune there, but I mean, you know, Geg's just must have been confident that Aquari was going to stay on the ground. Get to punish that. I'm not sure if that was punishable, but he at least caught him there. And this setup here, this was the block that won. Low overhead, amazing down one. You could tell Geg's was not ready for it to actually be blocked. You know, because quite often that mix-up works so often. You've almost got it in your head that he's going to get hit by it, because everyone gets hit by it. Makes the change back to War God Kotal Khan.
I guess he's gone back to...
He realizes that Special Forces is no longer what Aquari can play.
I was just about to say, I mean, like, you know, he's not playing the variation that Kotal struggled with, so he must have just thought, okay, well, I don't want to deal with the rushdown of Sonya Blade and cover ops, so now I'm going to change back to War God Kotal Khan when he hasn't got the full screen options.
But the issue Geg's might have now is Mr. Aquari is up 2-1. If Geg's wins this game, Aquari has complete free reign to go back to Special Forces.
Oh, but Aquari commits to the entire string, and Geg's tries to get the whiff punish. Oh, we apologise for that, ladies and gentlemen.
My poor head. Yeah, that was unexpected. There we go, shock into the game. Oh, and there's the overhead. Punish the wake up down too. Oh, Geg's whiffs it.
Oh, and he tags in with the overhead though. Oh, it's too far away. The cartwheel does not quite get the follow-up.
There's the corner carry into the 50-50. Gegs caught not blocking once again. It's so difficult when you're on the receiving end of Sonya Blade cover ops. Oh, doesn't block the low.
Aquari doesn't get the follow-up, but does bait the wake-up attack. Oh, so it doesn't actually quite get the punish. I think Gegs tried to backdash there.
Chases down the backdash. Mr. Aquari's sitting at full X-ray right now. This could be...
I highly doubt he's going to save the breaker. It would be unwise, I think, to use an X-ray when he's got that little health left.
Oh, cancels it. Smart stuff from Gegs. Oh, but he does drop the follow-up. Oh, Aquari gets the
full jump in. That is a heartbreak. Yeah, exactly. Heartbreaker. Match point, Mr. Aquari right now. Oh, that's so unfortunate that Gegs dropped that.
Interesting, we saw Mr. Aquari, he had an X-ray and chose to break instead of saving it. This is a different Mr. Aquari we're seeing today.
Well, I don't know why he would have X-rayed when Gegs is so nearly dead. I mean, it would have been a horrendous waste of meter if he got it.
See how Mr. Aquari's going for the whiff punish in the strings, not quite getting it. There's that, that -10 forward 2, but Gegs caught down running after it. Clean round from Gegs right now. Everything is hitting.
Dive kicks the sword. I mean, Gegs just trying to, he's trying to actually space out Sonya with those limbs.
Oh, unfortunate.
Very unfortunate. You can tell that wasn't what he tried to go for, but the auto-correcting properties of being so close to Sonya there.
Mr. Aquari going to make this really difficult comeback. Oh, doesn't scout the wake-up sword. Gegs manages to take match, but Mr. Aquari is still on match point right now.
I forgot that attack had armor, you know. No Kokan never does that.
The overhead goes in for the jump at the very least.
Oh, nice delay wake up from Gegs. Tries to whip punish with the down one, but doesn't quite get it. Oh, Aquari opting to go for a parry there.
Oh, caught not fuzzy guarding that string. There's a 4-2 again. No whiff punish for Mr. Aquari.
I like the idea that Aquari didn't commit to the full string that time. Oh, gets the low though. 150-50 into another. Here comes the hard knockdown. Is Gegs going to wake up? Oh, delay wake up once again.
Mr. Aquari showing some just hard, just raw reads right now with these parries.
Well, you can tell that he's predicting that Gegs is going to go for a wake up attack, but instead of opting to block and punish, he's opting to just kind of... Gegs hesitates, goes to the anti-crossover, doesn't quite get it. There's the block in time. Oh, catches it once again. There's the blocks from... Oh, there's the meter burn armor just to get through that. That is one of the things you can do. You can actually armor out of that situation, but the question is Aquari going to go for the... Oh, wow! He jumps into the sword. I was about to say, is Aquari going to go for the X-ray? I almost expected an empty jump into X-ray, but I don't think he was able to do it in time.
But the situation Gegs has put himself in, though, even though he manages to take game 4 in this set, Aquari now has free reign to just freely go back to special ops if he wants to.
Of course. I mean,
special forces even.
We know that special... I get that mixed up as well, with Cassie Cage.
I know, right? It's a bit of a problem.
But we know that the matchup where you play as the drone, Gegs had much more trouble with, and now that Gegs has gone back to Kotal Khan and has won the game, made it 2-2, which is great. But Aquari
he's now stuck as Kotal Khan for the set.
He's now locked into picking Kotal Khan, so there's always the chance now that Aquari is just going to go back to the drone variation. I mean, this was it. I genuinely thought Aquari was going to empty jump an X-ray, and I actually think he could have empty jump X-rayed that.
That would have been pretty swish.
I don't know whether her X-ray functions like Johnny Cage's, where it's more proximity, or whether you can't parry projectiles.
Aquari has gone back to special forces. He has made the change.
I mean, it's a smart call. I mean, he knows that Gegs had real trouble dealing with that drone in the first game, so now he's lost and he's got a game to work with. He can change back and give himself that advantage that he had in game 1. But we're loading into this game now. This will be the final game of this set. Who's going to take it, Gegs or Mr. Aquari? Who knows? Ooh, very
good way to start off the week, I feel, when you get a set this close. That it could go either way. Mr. Aquari opts to get for the setup for the drone. There's a combo breaker, but that was not a trade that was in Mr. Aquari's favour at all. He's now just a meter build as well. That's the smart stuff. Just the meter you're guaranteed for blocking all of those shots. And there's again the full screen push.
Oh, nice run into armor there just to go through. I mean, I assume he predicted a stun shot rather than environment, but either way, he is going to get that conversion.
Catches the low this time. Oh, Aquari Stalk with his back to the corner right now.
Oh, Mr. Aquari, of course, uses the X-ray.
But does Gegs break? Gegs has a breaker available. What's Mr. Aquari going to do? He's going to go for the unbreakable throw at the end.
But if he breaks, he's going to have no meter as Kotal Khan.
He didn't break.
He does opposite. Well, honestly, be fair though, as Kotal Khan with no meter in that situation, how do you make a comeback apart from get a good jump?
That's it, that is just the read you take when you're in that situation. It's just, deciding what to do with your meter on the fly. If Gegs wins this round and still has 3 bars of meter, he knows he's got it to work with. But all the meter, Aquari's building in though. Raw neutral jump punch, good read from Gegs, but unfortunately gets the incorrect combo.
I think the important thing there wasn't necessarily getting the hit there on Gegs, was just escaping and then being full screen once again.
Gegs still trying to jump in with these drone shots, just not really going to work.
I mean, he's slowly chipping away Aquari, and he can't take this trade, but he opts to go for the thing. No doubt.
And once again, doesn't hit confirm.
What a weird exchange, and Mr. Aquari gets the wake-up attack again.
Oh, wow. That was an expensive round for Gegs. A match point to him.
That was an expensive round for both players. I mean, both players there spent all their meter on that bar.
And there's that shot once again. Aquari just blocking and waits for it to attack.
Now, this is not a great situation. I mean, Gegs anointing he has to go in, but... Oh, and he gets a full jump in! This is the jump in that Gegs needs.
Drops the combo!
Not good stuff there from Geggs. Oh, and he gets tagged by the active frames on that jump in one.
There's the meter burn sword. Geggs really making this full set comeback. Not bad stuff at all. Oh, there's the meter burn art kick just to get out of the corner and get that full screen game. And there's the run into meter burn sword once again just to get that damage on the table. But Geggs, no bar, so he cannot do it anymore. And there's the raw dive kick.
The problem is, I think Geggs can't really, Mr. Aquari can't take too many more of these trades, but Geggs will almost have one entire bar. Now the bar he spends here could decide the match. Oh, and that's the punish. Oh, no punish on the art kick. Oh, and there's the art kick once again. Oh, this is a tense end of the round, and there's the forward two, and that's the full convert from Geggs. I think Geggs, right at the very end of that set, just acknowledging that Mr. Aquari is jumping a lot. You know, I mean, that was actually quite risky, because as far as I'm aware, there was always the possibility that Mr. Aquari was going to dive kick, and I do believe that could have potentially chewed up that forward two if he caught him with the dive kick. But either way, that was a really good, a well-spaced forward two from Geggs, moving on in the
really
set.
good set in general. So
Aquari
Geggs will be your
home.
first top 8 player today.
I mean, that was, I think, that was an exchange there where they basically were not respecting each other's wake-up options. We very often saw there that, you know, they would try and it was more often than not a wake-up attack. And then the second he locked him down, that X-ray there was, you know, a really good call from Aquari. I mean, he obviously, he takes that risk most of the time. The second Aquari gets meter, it's almost safe to assume that he's going to use his X-ray on it. But, you know, that one time it did pay off for him. But unfortunately, just that final exchange where it really was anyone's wasn't really what he wanted to do there. But Foxy Grandpa does defeat Swizzer. Spooky does defeat Madprop. Spooky actually defeating Nivek in this tournament.
Spooky was the player to eliminate Nivek. So once we see Sumerian and Hellbringer have their match, Sumerian, if Sumerian manages to take that set, he will have his opportunity to avenge his friend.
Okay, so White-Black has taken it over Shuffles. We're seeing White-Black again. Taco defeated Canepa, and Mitsuones did actually take out Rampage as well. So, you know, it's very much kind of very consistent placings here from a lot of these players. You know, Mitsuones being very consistent. White-Black, although, you know, he's only been in one tournament before, has once again been consistent. White-Black moving on into the top 8. You know, and Foxy Grandpa, as you would probably expect, Foxy Grandpa being incredibly consistent as well, and placing in top 8 too. We've got some really good games coming up. I do believe we're waiting on a couple to play through. I'm not sure what our next match is going to be, but it's no doubt going to be a cracker with some of the competition that we have tonight.
Looking forward to seeing Taco versus Mitsuones. Obviously, Mitsuones being a player that's taken 2 European weeklies in a row, but he has, you know, he is on the opposite end of the bracket to Foxy Grandpa. So if he is going to get his grand final rematch against Foxy, it will be in grand finals. But to get there, he's got to take out White-Black. He's got to take out Taco. Like, he's got to take out all these players.
Well, White-Black, when Mitsuones and White-Black last fought, White-Black actually took it 3-2 to Mitsuones. So Mitsuones won the set 3-2, but, you know, White-Black was on him. It wasn't a complete demolition. So White-Black, you know, we know this guy. For those that may be unaware, White-Black is a European Marvel god. You know, this guy plays Marvel vs. Capcom 3 all over the world, gets really good results, does well at EVO every single year.
Very consistent player.
Of course, and he has really solid fighting game fundamentals. But what impresses me the most is that this is actually White-Black's very first Mortal Kombat game. He had never played Mortal Kombat before Mortal Kombat X came out at all.
We were talking to him at DreamHack about this, and we asked him about his choice of character. Like, you know, those of you that have seen this guy play before, he plays Dragon's Fire Liu Kang.
Very fundamentally strong too.
And we were asking him, you know, why did you decide to go with Liu Kang as a player that's new to Mortal Kombat? Why was he your choice? And he said to us, he wanted to learn the game, and Liu Kang doesn't really have any sort of cheap stuff, no real dirt. He hasn't really got any, you know, 50-50s, he hasn't really got any abusable damage or anything like that. He was kind of like, if I learn Dragon's Fire Liu Kang, I will learn fundamentals of the game faster that way. Because obviously, you know, he does tick all the boxes. He has got a good wake up, he has got good pressure, good meter build, good meter burn use as well, good anti-air, good
zoning,
air-to-air,
good zoning, good counter zoning.
So it was a good character choice to really learn the game. But he's really sort of sticking with Liu Kang, it looks like. I'm sure we'll see him play today, and we'll see him stick with Dragon's Fire Liu Kang. Well, however, I would like to see him try out Flame Fist. Now Flame Fist has the buff.
I was just about to say that. I mean, I'm really excited to see. I want to see a Liu Kang main pick Flame Fist, because Flame Fist, for those of you that may be unaware, Flame Fist got buffed significantly in this patch, and it is oh so good right now. I mean, it's a great situation because Flame Fist has basically been buffed to the point where it's basically he can cancel his Flame Fist buff, where his hands glow fiery, obviously. It used to take a lot longer to recover, whereas now his hands recover almost instantly, and he can start pressing buttons. So he gets true block strings, new pressure, new block strings, new combo opportunities.
So the bracket was incorrect. Mitsuones was defeated by Rampage Lex.
Wow, first round.
We are going to be seeing Rampage Lex versus Taco.
Wow, I wonder what character Rampage is playing. That's Mitsuones very rarely doesn't make it out of the first round.
While we try and assume who he's going to be playing, you at home now have 3 minutes to make your predictions of this set. Do you think Rampage is going to win, the guy who just dethroned the 2-week champion in Mitsuones, denying him his hat trick? Or do you think Taco, the Holland Kombat Cup representative, has managed to win tournaments all over Europe as well?
That's really surprising. I mean, that's great stuff from him, though. I mean, I don't think I've seen Rampage play yet.
That's quite an upset. That really is quite an upset. I mean, taking out Mitsuones.
He won 2 weeks in a row. But, I mean, you know, there's no denying that the competition is getting harder and harder each week anyway. But we are still seeing, which I love, and that's why you guys at home, some of you guys are still entering these tournaments. There is still people that pop up that we haven't seen play very much.
We ask for it every week. We're like, can people just enter? If you think you can take these guys out, enter, win the matches, win the money.
Are. That's the thing. These players are, and we are not seeing them before. We haven't seen them in these leagues, but they're popping up and they're taking out people that have been top 4, top 2, or even first place. These guys are getting eliminated. Mitsuones winning 2 weeks in a row. Rampage taking him out in the first round. Like, there are still players out there, untapped players, that can make a name for themselves in these leagues.
So think of it this way. Last week, Mitsuones won himself 100 placement points. This time, he got himself, what is it, 10, 15?
It's not much.
For top 16. I believe it's 10 points for top 16. Because top 32 is 5. So he's got himself 10 points. That is 90 less than he bagged himself last week. So if Sumerian manages to get first or second today, or if Faso manages to get that far,
they will potentially surpass him.
We are reaching a point that spot might not be guaranteed so much anymore.
And Mitsuones, if he comes back, no doubt we will see Mitsuones, because he always makes top 16. But if we see Mitsuones return this next week for week 8, our final week of season 1, you know, we will potentially, if Mitsuones doesn't do well,
we could be seeing more upsets than we imagined.
But that's the thing, and that's why it's still so crucial that these players are here and they are playing to win. Because if they just do well, or if these past 2 weeks they don't get top 8, and then their competition, who is right behind them, does get top 8, then they can potentially, you know, surpass them at this point. Even though they've won tournaments, they've done so well, they've got so many points, there is still the danger of not making it and not being one of those players at the very last minute, just because those two little shortcomings, I suppose.
Well, it just goes to, you have to bring your A game every week. I'm not saying Mitsuones didn't, obviously, but when it is this close, like, we are going to see people that realise what is up for grabs and go, okay, I'm going to enter this week, even if they've never entered before. You know, I would like to see some more players next week as well, like ones we haven't seen before.
I want to see players show us that they can play.
Yeah,
because I'm no doubt there are so many players out there that haven't entered these tournaments just yet. You know, and if you guys just had the chance, you could very well be up there with the top 4. There's no doubt about it.
ESL.gg/MKX Pro League for information on how you at home can register for this last week of the tournament for Season 1 of the Pro League.
You won't get enough points to qualify for the Burbank at this point, but you'll have a good chance of winning that $500, which, you know, is always nice.
Well, it's a weekly $1,000. And obviously, you know, now we're approaching a point that the finals is minimum $100,000. And the reason we say minimum is because, you know, those of you at home that may not be aware, the Sub-Zero Blue Steel Sub-Zero skin that you can buy on the marketplace.
You didn't call it Blue Skill this week.
For the first time, I did.
For the first time.
But now you've pointed it out, I'm probably going to accidentally say it.
Blue Skill. I mean, that's a good name as well.
The Blue Steel Sub-Zero skin, portions of the profits from that skin will go to fund this finals for the Pro League. So the $100,000 that has currently been raised has all been through that. So a huge thank you to everyone at home that has picked up that skin. We do appreciate it. You know, it's a good way to show support of the game for the scene. If you've got favourite players, if you've got favourite teams that have the players on them, or you just love the game and you want to support but you can't play at that level, you can support the scene by picking up that skin and helping fund that prize pot.
But let's not forget that the Blue Steel skin, almost called it Blue Skill as well.
I know, right? It's really hard to say.
But
I don't know why.
Not really. We just struggle for some reason. I don't know what the reason is for it.
I think we have mispronounced it so many times. But we kind of expect to get it right now.
But the skin does also fund grassroots tournaments around the world. So Evo with the 50k pot, Combat Breaker with the 10k, CEO with the 10k. You know, all you guys at home contributing towards that. But we do have, he has opted to go for Ermac. Taco did tell us in Amsterdam that he does not like the mirror match. He heavily dislikes the mirror match for Sub-Zero. So I think he's opted to go for Ermac first, just in case. But
wow,
that was a nice read.
Wonderful anti-air from Taco.
That was a really nice read there from Taco. Full combo, 32% damage. A lot of respect here. Just blocking on the opponent's wake up, respecting that wake up option. Oh, Rampage spending both of his bars though. Here's the interesting thing though. Ermac is going to be able to guarantee punish forward 4-2 clone and back 1-2 clone consistently. Oh, Taco trying to react to the ice ball with teleport. Not quite getting it, but no doubt that is a thing.
Oh, catches him right as he reappears. And there's the trade. That is one of the best trades in the game, I believe. Ermac managing to get a full combo from any move that trades with, full 30%.
I think it is the best projectile trade, because Master of Souls Ermac with a Soul Ball trade is a free Vortex. You know, 30% damage, meterless into Vortex. I mean, that's a great trade for any Ermac player.
Oh, there's a clean down to anti-air. Strong stuff from Taco, manages to take round 1.
Rare footage of someone actually anti-airing Sub-Zero.
Oh no, whiffs the jump in, but manages to still get the hit, still corner pressure. Rampage forced to use a meter to get out of the corner. Oh, and the neutral jump punch will take it.
Rampage is spending a lot of his bar on those wake-up attacks. And he gets the reset. Oh, it does get the overhead Vortex situation. And he gets the full combo there. Nice damage. And there's the restand. I love the idea that, oh, amazing Vortex there from Taco. I like the idea that he was also spending the bar on that choke just to make the combo last longer. So by the time the combo is over, he has the 3 Soul Balls ready to Vortex once again.
That's one like phenomenal. For those of you at home that may not be aware, the Master of Souls Ermac, as long as he's got those 3 balls orbiting him around, his back forward 2 will stun the opponent and restand them in place, regardless of when or where it hits them. So if you start the combo with it, or you end a combo with it, and then you get the restand, using that meter burn makes the combo last longer, so you get the time for it to recharge. That gives you the restand.
You can tell them, and this was the sequence we saw here. So he gets the Vortex. By Vortex, we mean putting the opponent in a 50-50 situation where you go high or low. You have to guess. Here's the thing, going for the meter burn slam there to make the combo last longer. So by the time the combo is over, he has the 3 Soul Balls restocked so he can Vortex once again.
Interesting, he drops the combo there, but Rampage caught pressing buttons on Wake Up, which is where, that's when the stream became meaty and slapped him out of it.
I think Rampage tried to wake up without meter. I think that might have been why he got tagged there. But you can see that's why Taco goes for Ermac. He doesn't like playing the mirror match, but Ermac seems to have good answers for what Grandmaster has to offer.
Teleport is a clean punish on Ice Ball every time.
Yeah, you can punish Ice Ball on reaction with Teleport, which gives you a free Vortex. You can punish, you can punish Clone with Choke, and that's another bait there from Taco getting the jump back. Nice capitalization. Again, Rampage forced to break, never having meter.
And there's the point-blank Soul Ball, but not even an attempted punish from Alex. No doubt Taco will remember that for the rest of the set. And there's the slide, good hard knockdown. Wants to set up. Oh, goes for the throw, times it slightly too early.
Instant jump in from Rampage, and he gets a clean jump.
Meter burn teleport on Wake Up. Oh, wow. Oh, it drops the follow-up. That's unfortunate, because now he's got to wait for the Soul Ball to recharge.
That's always one of the dangers of missing the Soul Ball. You have to wait for it to come back.
Oh, almost backdashed into the clone. I see what Rampage was trying to do there, trying to bait him into coming in, but doesn't quite space it correctly. Oh, was this jump in? Now caught, blocking low, catches the overhead.
It's going to be a full combo. Oh, and he does drop the combo again. Taco not dropping any combos in the last game, and that was why it was such a dominant game. Backdashes into the Ice Ball. But the second he's starting to drop these combos, he's giving Rampages these chances.
There's a 4-2-1, doesn't finish the string, knows he can be armored in between. Oh wow, and there's the clean throw from Rampage. Gives him the corner pressure, there's the down 3. Oh, jump back kick, really good prediction.
Oh, did not have the health to armor through that there. Really smart stuff from Rampage. I mean, you can armor all the time, but if you don't have the health to actually take the hit, you will die anyway.
Now you're cornered against Grandmaster Sub-Zero, this could be bad. Oh wow, uses the frame advantage just to guarantee a slide.
Well, that was a very risky attempt there, the regular shatter. Oh my god, Taco dropping a lot of these combos, unfortunately.
There it is once again, there's the teleport, down 1, Soul Ball, restand, breaks from Rampage, keeps the corner pressure, but no bar available. We're not really seeing Rampage convert from a lot of these hits, which could be big damage. And once again, drops the combo.
A lot of drops in this one game in particular. I mean, Taco didn't drop any of his combos in the first game, and that was why it was so dominant. It's just now when you land these hits and you don't make them count.
Times it, it's too early once again.
Wake Up grab, that must have been an executional error there from Rampage.
Oh, catches a jump over, full crossover. Oh, again a combo drop from Taco.
I think we are yet to see a full combo from either of these players in this game.
And there's a clean jump in, but again, doesn't use a sprint to guarantee the round.
Oh, he teleports into the clone. Oh no.
Wah, wah, wah. Really not quite sure what to say about that one, because it was just Taco dropping everything, and that was costing him. Because all the time he was dropping his combo and becoming punishable, which was giving Rampage free hits.
Well, when you're playing as Master of Souls Ermac and you're dropping your combos, you're not only losing the damage, but you're losing the Vortex, and the Vortex is what you do right at the end.
That's kind of what you pick Master of Souls for, though. You're effectively wasting the variation because you are dropping what you've picked it to do.
But the Vortex is what was giving Taco such dominance in the first game, was that he didn't drop his combos, got the Vortex on every single hit, and then put Rampage in that guessing game situation. By the term Vortex, by the way, guys, is when you get put in a stun situation where you have an overhead option, which must be blocked high, and a low option, which must be blocked low. If they guess wrong on that mix-up, you put them in the same situation once again. That's what Master of Souls Ermac is entirely built around, is getting that Vortex on the opponent. Taco got pretty much enforced that in the first game, which is why it was so dominant, because he just kept him in that blender of 50-50 game, but then dropped all of his combos in the second game and just gave Rampage chance after chance.
Well, it might just be general character unfamiliarity. I mean, we've seen Taco play nothing but Sub-Zero in serious tournament settings. That is the first time we've seen him try Ermac in the Sub-Zero mirror match, which we know he doesn't like. But it looks like he has gone back to Grandmaster Sub-Zero, opting to go for that mirror match to get that set back in his favor. Gets the full corner carry, just like one combo, and Rampage is stuck in the corner already.
Well, there's disliking the mirror match, but then there's also acknowledging that you're quite confident that you can indeed win the match. But again, Taco dropping combos again. You can't be dropping them at this stage. Rampage is getting tagged by a lot of attacks here, though.
Oh, wow. Almost goes straight into the clone. There's a forward 3-3. Goes to the clone? No, doesn't bother. Oh, wow. Down 4 into clone instead.
Oh, nice punish there on the meat band slide. But I mean,
opts to use a bar on it, though.
I'm not sure about using the bar this late and then guaranteed slide down. I mean, just chipping him out, killing him. I think Rampage is just kind of getting overwhelmed here. He seems to be sort of like...
He seems to be playing very timid right now.
If you forgive the pun, it's like he's freezing up a little bit. And I don't mean that in a pun way.
That's Sub-Zero, man. It's going to happen. And another drop from Taco, but...
Rampage is kind of standing there and taking that there.
Rampage is standing still. Not quite sure what's going on here, but...
I'm not sure if his controller has died. Has his controller died?
Very, very unfortunate end of the match. I mean, obviously, you know, it's fair for Taco to make the most of that.
What's going on?
It looks like perhaps some connection issues from Rampage.
Back it up. It's chaos. It's chaos.
But you know, I mean, fundamentally, it's not on Taco for that. Like he was right to finish the match to take it. That is 2-1 Taco now. We're going to see what's going to go on there and see if we can get Rampage back in it. But you know, the set is still going on. It is by no means over.
Well, it's 2-1. Yeah, it's 2-1 to Taco at the moment, and that was a very dominant game. I mean, he just kind of got caught. I guess he just got caught sleeping time after time, and then unfortunately, right at the end of the set, it kind of looked like his. I'm not sure. Sometimes maybe his controller died. I don't know if he's playing on wireless or not. Sometimes when you have a wireless controller and you know it's not connected to your console, then there's always the chance that it's just not charged, and then it runs out of battery. We see that time after time.
There's a reason I have used a wired pad for about 4 years
minimum. I mean,
I can't remember what it means to change batteries in a controller.
Well, I don't like wireless personally. I like the idea of just having it plugged in. That's it. You know, losing a match. When, I mean, I'm going to assume that's what happened. Losing a match when your batteries fall out of your controller.
Do you remember the old play and charge kits? Mine was so old, it eventually just wouldn't stick in the controller anymore. I had to tape it in place. That's because it was about 7 years old, to be fair.
But I'm all for play and charge kits. I like them. They're really good stuff.
Better than batteries.
Oh, I agree.
By far.
It prevents stuff like that happening, really, I suppose. It does look like... Rampage has left the lobby. We do apologise for the delay, guys. We're going to try and get him back in as soon as possible. But I mean, you know, we can see there that Taco is confident in the mirror match. He wouldn't have gone back for the Sub-Zero mirror had he not been confident that he could have taken.
Well, he was very dominant, obviously. But before we had the issue, right at the end of the match, he was kind of just, you know, walking all over Rampage, for lack of a better term. He was kind of just 100% momentum. He was just going on and on and on and on and on. Like every hit was leading into itself. Even if he was dropping combos, he was then immediately getting another hit. So hopefully Rampage, when he gets back into the lobby, can pull himself together and bring this set back.
No doubt. I mean, I don't know whether Rampage plays other characters. That's the thing. I don't know whether he plays other characters.
But he took out Mitsuone, so this guy obviously has something to deal with this sort of play.
Of course. I mean, I think if he picked Grandmaster against Mitsuone, that would have been a game of, you know, punish something that Mitsuone does and then put him in a situation where, you know, the pressure's on. You know, Grandmaster puts on pressure really well, especially when he puts you in the corner. You guys will see this time and time again, not just from our, you know, our streams here, but from all kinds of tournaments. The second Grandmaster puts an opponent in the corner, you know, he is in complete control of that situation against, you know, 95% of the characters in the game. So if you're just good at implementing that corner pressure, then you know, you're off to a good start playing Grandmaster Sub-Zero.
Well, it's not something that is unescapable, obviously. No, it's not guaranteed you aren't getting out of the corner because a clone's up. There are ways you can get around it. But it is something that every character has to deal with. Once there is a clone, which is a stationary stun, that if you touch, you will be frozen and you'll put straight back into it again.
If the ice clone could walk, I would be very frightened.
That would be terrifying. If you meter burned it and it just started walking at you.
Oh, that'd be an idea. Don't even need to throw it. It literally just starts walking in your general direction. That would be really good.
But no, I mean,
really good.
Once that's up, if you're in the corner and that's in front of you and Sub-Zero is behind it, chucking out moves that your armored attacks will absorb, but the ice clone's going to hit it first, like that's difficult. That is hard.
It's a nightmare situation to be in, but you know, it's something that many of us have had to endure at this point. I mean, Sub-Zero is a very popular character. We have so many European Sub-Zero players here all the time, every week. You know, we have so many STP Hellbringer. You know, we have Useful Glue, Madzin, Taco. you know, Curtis G we had, you know, obviously we have Rampage as well. It's so many Sub-Zeros that appear in these top 16.
But it's all Grandmaster. That's the thing. It's all Grandmaster because it is just universally a very powerful variation.
I feel like, well, you know, I'm not saying that the other variations haven't been explored yet, because every variation in this game has been explored, and that's, you know, why people make their decisions on characters and variations and all kinds of stuff. But I think Grandmaster is just so strong. You know, it's so good to win with, you know, because the threat of the clone in the corner is so prominent. I think a lot of people just, they forego every other variation just for the threat of that clone in the corner. Because the thing is, Sub-Zero will corner you better than most, in the sense that one combo, if you're 3/4 of the screen or closer to the corner, one combo from Grandmaster Sub-Zero, any Sub-Zero, will put you in the corner because there's so much corner carry on, you know, the back,
then slides a hard
1-2.
knockdown as well.
Exactly, so it's back 1-2 freeze, you know, 2-4-2, I believe, which has like a knockback on it, run in 1-1-4-1, you know, everything is constantly moving Sub-Zero towards the corner, and then hard knockdown on the slide means a free clone. So it's basically, it's a good situation, and it's something that Sub-Zero players will be no doubt used to.
I hope we can get Rampage back momentarily so we can finish this set.
We are indeed remaking the King of the Hill right now.
It's always unfortunate because obviously, you know, it's similar things that can happen in offline events. Players might accidentally hit the pause button. Their controller might die in the middle of the set. They might have problems like that, and it's always the worst way to lose a set, really.
Well, the problem with losing in that situation is when it's not really your own fault. Well, I guess to some degree it depends on what the situation is.
Well,
but
it's no longer the game. It's because something outside of it happened which stopped it. You know, that's it's a hard way to accept a loss. Really.
But that's why NetherRealm put in that nifty little pause delay. You know,
that is one of my favourite features in any fighting game is the pause delay.
But you can tell that NetherRealm have taken a lot of things, you know, from competitive tournaments and have gone, how can we address this?
So it makes sense.
You've got things like pause delay, where, you know, if you press the pause button, it doesn't count it. You have to hold it if you really want to pause the game, which eliminates the chance of accidentally pressing it in the middle of a tournament on your stick or on your pad or whatever. You know, and it's little things like that I think I really like about the game. We're already trying to remake this King of the Hill. Once again, guys, we do apologise for the delay, as always. Trying to get this match ready as soon as we can for you.
Do you reckon we'll see Taco do the Sub-Zero mirror match again? Obviously, no, Taco won the last match in that set, so he will be stuck with Sub-Zero for now. But we haven't seen Ricky play before on stream, so I can't really call whether he's going to change or he's going to stick to his guns.
I don't know. I mean, Rampage clearly, I guess you'd pick your main in these situations. So at this stage, picking a secondary character potentially, I'm not sure. Later on in the tournament, if you pick a secondary, a lot of people will pick the secondary first, because, you know, if you're really comfortable and familiar with your main, you can go secondary first, and then if it's not working, switch to the main and be comfortable. Or
but that's exactly what we saw Taco do. You know, he started with Ermac, got a really powerful game one. Execution did take quite a hit there. He was, you know, suffering quite considerably. He was dropping a lot of his combos. Lost the game because of it, and then went to Sub-Zero and proceeded to have a very dominant match. So that is kind of case in point, really, I suppose, of what we're talking about.
Well, there is that factor to it. I also think that, you know, Sub-Zero's combos are a lot more reliable, especially if you are a main. You know, if you have a character as a main, the muscle memory has already been developed. So, you know, the threat of you actually dropping combos is much lowered, I suppose. It's much more lowered. The chance of accidentally, you know, pressing a wrong button or something like that. If you're playing as your main, you know exactly what you're doing. So I think, you know, picking your main as the second character, if you don't like the mirror match, was a good call from Taco. But yeah, we are very much at the moment trying to get Rampage back in this room.
We will wait as long as we can. I mean, obviously, you know, luckily, fortunately, we haven't had to really ever go on in the bracket before. I think the closest we got was obviously a few weeks ago. Nivek had some...
Nivek was a lucky man that
Nivek
day.
had some considerable connection issues. We were waiting for, I believe it was about half an hour. We managed to wait. And then right as we were willing to go, okay, unfortunately, we are going to have to move on. I'm sorry about that. He just joins the lobby. And he's there. And he's like, oh, I'm here. Can I play? And then we're okay. Yeah, all right, fair enough.
We were literally about 30 seconds maximum away from disqualifying him because he had taken so long to connect to us. But right as we were about to start,
but that was the set against White Black. That was the thing. It was set against White
versus White Black. We were about to play Grand Finals, and then Nivek just joins the lobby, and there we go.
But it was a good set. Like, I'm happy we got to see that because it was such a good set, and I hope we can. I see Rampage is now back in the lobby, so hopefully we can get this started as soon as possible.
Of course, but yeah, thank you very much, guys, for staying with us. Thank you very much for being patient. We have got Rampage back in the room and ready to play. Whether he goes for Sub-Zero, I'm not sure. I mean, I would, personally. I mean, if he had connection issues or if his controller ran out of battery, he was just kind of standing there in that set, clearly not by his own accord. I don't know whether it was his, you know, I would go with Sub-Zero, knowing that, you know, well, that wasn't really a fair representation of him in the mirror, I believe.
I guess we'll see how it goes now. I mean, at the start of the match, it still was very much Taco, but Taco was dropping a lot of stuff, which Sub-Zero can capitalize on very well. So hopefully we see Rampage recognize when these drops are occurring and taking full advantage of it and getting as much damage on the table as he can, because that's how you win. Like, Sub-Zero isn't really going to chip you down from full screen effectively. So if you can get a life lead, it doesn't matter if it's Taco on the other end, if it's yourself. Like, it's hard to get that life lead back. So if Rampage can get that early lead and sit on it, then he will be finding himself in a much better situation.
I agree. I mean, you can zone out Sub-Zero. I mean, a lot of his stuff goes really low to the ground, so it's not easy to zone out Sub-Zero, but, slide goes really low, down
we are seeing the mirror match once again, as expected.
Yep, Grandmaster versus Grandmaster. I mean, we have seen this matchup so many times. Taco more than used to it by now. He had that incredible grand final set against Madsen at the mid-season showdown.
Match point last round, both players. I don't think that could possibly have gotten any closer. But here we go, Rampage is back in the lobby, ready to take on Taco. Taco is 2-1 up in the set right now, looking one game away from advancing in the brackets, top 4.
Oh, Taco getting that all-important first hit. I mean, it just, those things he don't potentially need to hit confirm, go straight into the meter nice ball. Oh, that really precision, nicely placed jump kick there from Rampage.
Oh, and there's that crossover. Attempts the down one anti-cross-up, doesn't quite get it in time.
I think going for anti-cross-ups can be quite risky at sometimes. I mean, if you don't get the anti-cross-up, you eat a full jump-in combo.
Oh, wonderful delayed string into throw. Good stuff from Rampage.
And he jumps straight into the clone. Very unfortunate. Is Rampage going to break? Opts to use the break.
Oh, slides straight into a clone. Risky stuff. Wasn't quite worth it. Goes the hard knockdown, gets the clone on screen. No meter to get out of this. He is forced to just guess and see what he can do. And there's the back 3-3 hit confirm into the ice ball.
This will be a full combo from Taco right now. Hard knockdown into the clone. And then, gets the nice jump kick, acknowledging that was one of the changes that Grandmaster received. When he blocks a hit, the clone disappears.
Almost looked like Rampage wasn't quite ready for that jump kick to be blocked. The way he was kind of standing still when he got the advantage on block. And that's the vintage Sub-Zero trade, but
not quite a trade. I mean, he gets frozen, but Taco doesn't. And he opts to go for a wake-up slide. I'm not sure if he tried to meter burn that. Oh, once again gets the block jumping kick. Looks like Rampage is waiting for a reversal, but Taco doesn't have the meter, so he couldn't possibly have done anything that string wouldn't have beaten. Oh, gets the back 2. Gets the refreeze. Obviously wasn't ready for that to work. Oh, jumps straight into a clone once again. Funny, that's very funny. I mean, that back 1-2 into clone is actually full combo. It's not full combo punishable, but Sub-Zero can punish that with meter burn slide and put his opponent in the corner. But I mean, Taco just all over him really. I mean, Rampage just keeps trying to jump, and he's paying for it a lot. Oh, nice patience there on Taco, knowing when the clone is going to disappear. And that trade that was 100% in Taco's favour.
And then we go the bed of ice fatality. One of the cooler ones. It keeps sounding like a pun, but I don't mean it.
But let's just roll with it. It's all good.
Oh man.
Snap.
Sub-Zero.
How about that? Taco moving on 3-1. Really good stuff there from Taco. I mean, like,
congratulations to Rampage for dethroning Mitsuwones and denying him his hat-trick. Really good stuff there, being able to take out a former week's champion. So really good stuff to him there.
2 times in a row.
But it looks like Taco will be advancing to top 4, bagging himself a minimum of $100.
I mean, he's been here many times. Taco, obviously, Lowland Lions, recently sponsored by the Lowland Lions. Really huge congratulations to him.
STB Hellbringer taking it 3-1 over Sumerian.
Ooh!
Interesting stuff. Really good play. So, Sumerian is denied his rematch.
No doubt his buddy across the pond, Shujinki Link, will be happy about that. I mean, huge shout out to Shujinki Link. I do believe he's actually made top 16 again in North America. But speaking of STB, simply the best, the clan that Shujinki Link has had for, I believe, many
years.
Since
Mortal Kombat Deception, wasn't it? I believe it started.
Since the days of the online 3D Mortal Kombat games that had net play, Deception, Armageddon, STB, as far as I'm aware, with Shujinki Link, has been around for that long. Clans are important to a lot of Mortal Kombat players, and that's why you have things like, STB, RM, these forever, these MK clans that have just been around for so long. But Shujinki Link's STB being one of the longest running.
And with that said, the next match we're going to see will be STB Hellbringer versus Spooky 5. I'm not sure if the Fafa is a sponsor or a team, but Spooky 5 Fafa. We'll call him Spooky, I think will be the
We'll
best
call
way.
him Spooky for the time being. But Spooky being the player that actually defeated Nivek before top 16. So I'm very excited to see what he has to offer. He's made it again in top 8, so it's going to be really fun watching him play. But either way, I mean, it's an exciting situation to be in because, here we are, week 7, with some players that we haven't seen get this far before. And they are here. So we have players like White Black. We have Hellbringer getting top 8 this time around, defeating Sumerian, and that's no easy feat. Sumerian is one of Europe's strongest players right now.
He's one of the top places. However, one thing worth pointing out: Sumerian and Mitsuwones both were eliminated in the same place this week. So
Good news for Faso.
So yeah, it's good for Fasol if Fasol manages to advance himself, but next week is going to be make or break for Sumerian. If Sumerian does not place higher than Mitsuones next week, he will not get a space in the top 16 for Burbank.
That's quite a thought, because Sumerian unfortunately was unable to play for a couple of weeks before and was unable to actually enter these tournaments.
As well as the mid-season showdown, he was also unavailable to play for that, which was a shame.
But I mean, here he is losing to Hellbringer, unfortunately, and he really has one more chance. He's number 5 at the moment. Number 5, Sumerian is, and if he fails to place again next week, that there is a strong possibility that he won't be one of those
But
players.
Hellbringer is here looking to make a splash. He manages to defeat Spooky. He will be advancing to top 4, which will be a terrific space to be in.
Oh, no doubt. But I mean, I don't actually know who Spooky plays. That's one of the interesting things here. We know that Hellbringer plays Sub-Zero. We know that he plays Sub-Zero. But it's when you see these players that we haven't seen play yet in ESL, and we just don't know what characters they pick, which I find really exciting as a commentator. It's almost,
And then it ends up being Grandmaster Sub-Zero.
and which happens time and time again.
Another one.
Not another one. I mean, who knows? It's a good character. People pick that character, but so many Grandmaster
all jokes
Sub-Zeros.
aside, I completely understand the character choice. It's a terrific character. Obviously, these players get good results with it, so you can't really knock the choice. However, I do believe Spooky plays someone else.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think so. I don't know who.
We'll find out very soon, and that's the important thing. So we're already in the top 8 now, so the winners will go through to 4th place, where they bag themselves a minimum of $100 and 50 placement points in the league, which is, like I've said many times before, a big deal this week, coming to this close to the end of the league.
It's infinitely more important than the money at this point. It really is, because these players, if they do well, if anyone here does well, then it's not only denying these players points, it's getting points yourself, which will further increase your chances. Because if you can beat these killers that are so close they can taste Burbank, if you can take them out in the first round, giving them minimal points, but then doing really well yourself in grand finals or even winning the whole thing, you're getting those points which elevate you, but you're also keeping them from earning more points. So they're still at that neutral state,
that's what you
and
need
you
to
are
do.
just going up and up.
That is no longer like a nice extra. That is a requirement for these players to get through to the top 16 to make sure that they are denying these points. Hellbringer is in the lobby now, so we're just waiting for Spooky, and we'll be able to get things going. Hellbringer picking Blood God Kotal Khan in the button check. I don't know whether that's actually going to be his tournament character. We know a lot of people play Kotal Khan. Madden plays Blood God Kotal, but he's told us he will never use him in tournament. He trolled us in the character select at DreamHack. Unfortunately, we were really excited to see Kotal Khan, but he didn't roll with it. But who knows? Who knows who these guys are going to pick at this stage? The patch, obviously, the game has been patched now. Some characters have been adjusted, and there's some new tech to be found, new discoveries that are getting found every single day. And we're at a point now where we have CEO this weekend as well, where people are going to be bringing out this new stuff, undeniably. Okay, so we have 3 minutes as of now for you guys at home to make your predictions. This will be Spooky versus STB's own Hellbringer. Whoever you guys think is going to win this set, it's done in Twitch chat. There will be a Twitch bot which is helping you guys out, hopefully. But it's done in Twitch chat with !predict, followed by the points you'd like to spend, up to 10, followed by the player you think is going to win the set. Those that place the highest today with your point earnings, you'll win Mortal Kombat t-shirts. So hopefully you guys have been successful. Good luck, and hopefully you win more stuff as the night goes on. We're going to go for a quick break while we set this game up, and don't go anywhere. We'll see you in a bit.
Fight! Outstanding. Come here! Bow to me. Finish him!
Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the European side of the Mortal Kombat X Pro League presented by Xbox. We're at week 7. Looks like we are having Hellbringer versus Spooky right now.
It's going to be a good game, I think, but I honestly don't know what character's going to play. But we can see that in the button check, at the very least, Hellbringer is using Kotal Khan and Spooky's using Cassie Cage. Cassie Cage is a very, very, very strong character in this game. Absolutely. But it's kind of interesting. We don't really have many Cassie Cage players in these European ESL leagues. We have, Cassie Cage players in America. We have really strong ones in the CIS.
Obviously, La. Yeah, La. He won the mid-season showdown with Cassie Cage Hollywood, and he won the overall season finals. And Cheap Eddie managed to get second place in that, so that's why he is. So, CIS Russia have the 2 Cages in the game as their representatives. So the Cage family is represented well in Russia.
But Cassie Cage is a character that we don't really see much in the ESL EU League. And it's not because she's a bad character. She is really, really good. Some people consider Cassie Cage to potentially be a top 5 character. But we just don't have representation of Cassie Cage in Europe. Hopefully, Spooky's going to correct that and pick Cassie Cage for us right now.
I guess we'll find out momentarily.
But either way, in both button checks, Hellbringer has picked Kotal Khan in 2 different variations. He's got the Kotal Khan, little picture.
But I've heard from numerous people that he plays Sub-Zero.
Well, everyone.
So hopefully,
everyone plays Sub-Zero at the moment. Everyone plays Sub-Zero. I would like Hellbringer to pick Kotal Khan just for variety. I would love the variety, but whatever he thinks is going to help him win, no doubt, that's the one he's going to go with.
Let's play to win, and then especially when there's $100,000 minimum riding on it. And again,
there's a lot. That's a lot.
The reason we say minimum is obviously the Blue Steel Sub-Zero skin does crowdfund to that price pot. So if you at home would like to contribute to the competitive scene, pick up the Blue Steel skin and add money to that final price pot. And we'll see if we can get it to be more than $100,000 by the time it happens.
It's already making a difference. You guys at home have been really supportive with that Blue Steel skin. You've all bought it. You've contributed towards the tournament scene, not only for the grassroots tournaments where we had Combo Breaker with the 10k bonus, CEO this weekend with the 10k bonus, Evolution with the 50k bonus, but our own ESL top 16 with a minimum of 100k. Started out as 50k, and because of you guys at home, your contributions has gone towards that and has increased it. And could potentially further increase it. You guys just keep giving us the support, and we very much appreciate it. So thank you very much.
Looks like Spooky wins the button check. At least, I guess that's something.
Brilliant. Awesome. But either way, we are going to be going into this game now. I don't know what they're going to pick. People pick characters and button checks, but there's no way to know what their mains are until they go into the tournament. And we are,
well, there's always a psychological
away.
Mind game of, I'm not going to play my main in the button check, so I'm going to get them ready for a few minutes to prepare for a different character.
Yeah, if you're
and then when it comes to it, I'm going to pick something else.
If you're mentally preparing for a character or a variation and they don't pick it, then that's those precious minutes in your head wasted. But here we go into the character section here. What are the characters? Spooky going for Cassie Cage and Hellbringer going for Kotal Khan, but he's going to be going for War God, which really is the staple variation that all Kotal Khans go for.
But it's Brawler Cassie Cage. This is what I'm happy to see. I haven't seen anyone aside from Dab in the North American side of the leagues play Brawler.
And Dab makes it work as well. Very sick player.
Well, she gets access to the air throw, which you can meter burn for a follow-up. She gets the tick throws, like crazy, crazy stuff. And I hope we see this character really explore today.
Very excited to see what happens here. I think the first hit's going to be very important, especially for Kotal because of that armor.
Gets the jump. Oh, and there's the down one to start things off.
Nice hit confirmed there into the sword. Oh, gets the full jump in. Oh, a nice conversion from Hellbringer. Nice!
Oh, wonderful air to air. Unfortunately, drops to the end, but still manages to bag himself 27% into a grab reset as well.
Weakling.
And there's the sword for the advantage. Oh, wow.
Oh, tries to go for the armor there. Doesn't quite get it. And that's going to be a punish from Spooky.
Oh, overhead into it again.
Interesting how he went for the throw there. A lot of buttons being pressed. No real combos though, just going for just singles hitting strings.
I get the feeling that Spooky goes for those tick throws more than actual full-on strings. That might be why we're seeing so many individual normals. Oh wow, catches it once again.
He's tick throwing everything. Apart from that final hit. Oh, and he gets the down 3 anyway, but Spooky pretty much went for the throw on almost every single touch there. Interesting.
Round 2.
Spooky snip 3 bars of meter right now. Again, that's a lot of air throw potential. Gets a breaker.
He breaks right at the end though. I'm not sure I agree with it. He saves himself a little tiny bit of damage.
Oh, catches a backdash.
Jump. Oh, doesn't quite get any kind of combo off it though.
Oh, blocks the low grab.
Oh, that whiff punish though. Jumps himself into the corner, but then immediately jumps back out.
Interesting. We're not seeing a lot of massive, long drawn-out combos. It's mainly just quick things into grab, into constant pressure.
I like ending that in the grab there, just to put him in the corner.
And there's the full-on trip guard. Oh, catches the block, jump kick. Oh, down one into overhead sword.
We haven't seen Spooky go for the wake-up flip kick yet for that 6-frame reversal. Oh, and there we go. I'm not sure that was hit confirm. He did go for it. Oh, when he gets the wake-up armor.
And there's the ground pound unblockable, not quite enough to take the round, and that will be the air-to-air.
I love that as well. Jumping with him, knowing that he's going to jump. And then
Well, it
gets
means
the
both
air-to-air.
of these characters have incredibly powerful jumping ones, but Kotal Khan's just, I guess, that one bit better, I suppose.
Oh, when he gets caught pressing the button. Also
No
tries to
confirm
armor.
from Hellbringer. There's a fuzzy guard into tick throw, really smart from Spooky.
I mean, that's the thing about Cassie Cage. She's got these mix-ups. If you play Brawler, you're also throwing a tick throw on top of these mix-ups, and that's a horrible situation to be in.
This is the crossover, but again, just these like small hits just very frequently, and it's adding up so horrendously right now. Hellbringer looking at about 55% health deficit from just single hits into throws. And there's no cross-up. Oh, and there's the dialed in.
He commits. He does commit to the low, but he doesn't get the low, but no follow-up. He has no stamina to follow up.
Oh, goes to the dive kick. There's the whiff punish from Hellbringer.
Opts to go for forward 1-2 rather than forward 1 back 2 for the full combo though. Oh, and he opts to go for the armor. No whip punish from Spooky, but he's going to get the grab anyway, taking game 1 and ending it in brutality. Wow.
It's quite hard to call a game like that, really, because Brawler is a character we've just not really seen a massive amount of at this point. However, Cassie does have those big combos that you can just hit confirm into flip kick and then end in the grab. But we're not really seeing Spooky do that. But it's working for him.
It's working out for him at the moment. Whether Hellbringer opts to sort of like maybe make a little bit of an adjustment, try and armor through, maybe jump some of those tick throws, who knows? Or, you know, it's a weird situation because Hellbringer got some of the good reads, but when he would whiff punish with forward 1-2 rather than forward 1 back 2, which is the full combo, which you would get.
So if the forward one hits in that situation, you're just getting a combo instead of just a string, so it makes sense.
But they have gone back in. Hellbringer has opted to go straight back there for War God. He's going for a straight-up rematch right now. I agree with it. You know, it's sometimes, as I've said time and time again, it's not really the character. It's more just adjusting to the player that needs to be done rather than changing character. But they are going to go into this match at the moment. It depends whether, really, if he's going to get caught by those tick throws. So that's a big deal for him at the moment.
That was a game changer. That's where about most of the damage came from, were those throws. Goes into low option, manages to bag himself first hit. Oh, catches the jump one, but not quite converts. Oh, meter burn sword. And there's once again the throw.
Oh, and he gets a jump in for that.
And there's the barrel just getting rid of that interaction at this point. Gets the meter burn sword. At least he's got him cornered right now, but Spooky with 2 bars of meter and Cassie with that godlike wake up flip kick.
Oh, delays the wake up though, so he can't go for it. Hellbringer already not expecting that jump in to land, unfortunately, and then backs up. Oh, and there's the tick throw.
Yeah, he's fuzzy guarding the string, but getting hit by the tick throw.
Oh, he tries to go for the armor, doesn't quite get it. That'll be a clean punish. Oh, he doesn't get the combo.
That might come back to haunt Hellbringer. This might be what he needs. This is the momentum shift.
Oh,
will be
no.
around. Hellbringer, he's going to regret that drop all evening.
He can't let it get to him. I mean, he has to just shake it off. If you let a drop get to you, and then it will affect you for the rest of the set. Oh, we have an unfortunate situation where he's trying to space him out.
Catches the jump one, but not massive. Oh, there's
nice.
the meter burn reaction by Spooky. Using some of that bar. Good stuff. Catches low. Hellbringer breaks immediately. Wants none of that business.
Shoots him in the face from far away. Oh, retaliates with an old lady.
Blanche advantage. Catches low. It's been on hit and block that seems to go into a throw. Interesting stuff.
Oh, no whip punish there. That was a free forward 2 for Hellbringer.
And once again, Spooky doesn't convert off the flip kick. A lot of damage just being missed out on there.
That's a risky jump. I mean, Spooky could have very much have flip kicked that as he jumped in.
Use the advantage of the projectile into a throw. Wow, manages to beat out the down 2 that we can hear just started up but didn't come out in time.
He runs into down 2, no doubt, expecting a jump that does not come, and he gets hit by the grab. Very unfortunate.
Spooky says the faction kill. What's it going to be? Ah, Special Forces as well.
Cassie wins.
I mean, it's an interesting read that he made there, because Hellbringer must have thought he's going to try and wake up jump. So that's why he did run in down 2, because he probably thought if he does wake up jump, he tries to jump out of anything, down 2 is going to hit it.
He maybe even thought it was going to be chip at that point as well, but
maybe
the maximum delay wake up to completely make it whiff, and that was the game.
He delayed wake up a lot in that set. I mean, we didn't really see him go for any wake up attacks. It was pretty much always delayed wake up from Spooky there.
Well, that's why sometimes you do just have to go in when you got them on the ground. Yes, Cassie has that flip kick. It is amazing wake up attack. When you meet a burner, it's armored, obviously. Like, it's really, really powerful. But if every wake up you not once go in, not only are they not going to wake up attack, they know they can stand up off the ground for free, which makes them go in, be reckless, knowing that, well, if he knocks me over, doesn't matter. I'm going to get off the ground anyway because I'm free there. You know.
Hellbringer has opted to go for War God Kotal Khan. Which is going to be a very interesting thing there. Unfortunately, we do seem to have lost Spooky, so we're going to try and get Spooky back in. So we'll have to wait a little time for that. But either way, you know, that at least I think this gives Hellbringer a time to think about what's going on.
It's like I said before, it's the throws. It is the tick throws. But as soon as he's fuzzy guarding the low, he's getting hit by the grab. So it's a question of waiting for the low string and maybe trying to jump out, but then obviously he can finish the string and it'll catch the jump. So that's the kind of mix-up potential that you're looking at with Brawler.
Well, I think that's one of the dangerous things about Brawler, because Cassie has these mix-ups, but when she has the tick throws available, it's not just a matter of blocking the mix-up. It's block the mix-up and then also take the read on whether a tick throw is coming, and that just
obviously command throws
that.
cannot be blocked. So
exactly, I mean that just, you know, sometimes if you block the mix-up correctly, you're still getting hit by the grab, which is it's not where you want to be, and it's just an added thing that you need to make a read on. You don't only need to read the 50-50 situation of low-high, but you now have to read that once I've successfully blocked that, is he going to try and jump, or is he going to try and go for a tick throw, or is he going to try and do something I need to jump out of? But if I don't jump out of it and he commits to something, I'm just going to hit by it. So it's kind of like, you know, it exaggerates that mix-up to a very scary point, I think.
But the grab is very much all we're really seeing used in this set, though. I mean, obviously, it's working by itself, but we're not seeing any use of the air throw. But he's getting a lot of those jumping conversions that can be hit confirmed into the meter burn grab. And we're seeing Spooky sit with a lot of meter a lot of the time, which could be spent on things like that to give himself more damage.
Well, that's one of the main things we would see Dab do over in the US. When Dab plays Cassie Cage and Brawler, every jump kick is hit confirmed into the air grab. And if he's got meter, he'll spend it, because it's like 30% for each air grab, which that adds up, you know, 2 of those and that's 60%.
And you'll then end that combo in the grab, so you're getting the exact same situation that you'll get now by doing it normally in the ground or a string, only you're getting a lot of damage before it first, and it came from a jump kick.
That's and jump kicks are harder to anti-air too.
Exactly.
So jump kicks have more priority, a better hitbox on them, harder to anti-air.
And you'll be doing more jump kicks than you will punches against Kotal Khan, because Kotal Khan has those amazing jump normals that are hard to trade with or just flat out beat in the air. Kicks will give you that benefit that you need to get that.
I agree. I mean, I agree. But either way, it's working for him. He's 2 games up right now.
See if we can get him back in the King of the Hill. We'll be able to finish this set off.
Yeah, we're trying to finish the set as fast as we can. Once again, guys, we apologise for the delay, as we always do. But, you know, we should have this game ready to go as soon as possible. I reckon it's going to be Cassie versus Kotal again, because Hellbringer did actually opt to go for Kotal Khan in War God again, straight up rematch. I do think it's one of those things where he just needs to, I guess, adjust to the situation rather than go for another character. I don't think a character change is going to help him. I think it's situations where he's getting hit by tick throws, he has armor, he's getting not so many good reads on the armored reversal, which is just getting whiffed or punished or whatever. Hellbringer does opt to go back for Kotal Khan, as I just mentioned.
So we've got Spooky back in the room, so we can finish this set off, which would be fantastic.
Cool. So it can be Brawler versus War God Kotal Khan once again. Both players getting ready to play. And within a few minutes, we'll have this game ready to go. Thank you very much for being patient, guys. We got there again.
One thing we need to stop seeing Hellbringer do is, we say every week, dropping his combos.
Too many drops. At
this point in the league, we're at week 7. That is something you simply cannot see people doing at this point. I understand the pressure is obviously going to be phenomenal at this point, but when it's the difference between dropping a combo and winning $100,000 potentially, like, that's just not the situation you want to find yourself in.
You can't drop a combo for 100,000. You know, you can't. You need to make sure you're getting your damage where it counts. Oh, when he whiffs it, a lot of recovery on that. Lovely whiff punish there from Spooky. Just very much a repeat of what we've seen, just catching him, and then right there, like, you know.
There's the meatman sword. Not sure if he tried to anti-air with it, but didn't quite get it in time.
I'm sure he could be hit confirming those into flip kick to get the full combo.
That is what I've been saying, but, you know, he's not doing it, and obviously he's the Cassie player and I'm not, so I'm assuming it's for a reason.
Oh, and there's the crazy damage from those meter burn pistols.
Oh, caught pressing buttons, but again drops the combo.
Again, very unfortunate there for Hellbringer. Again, that will haunt him twice now. He's had a chance to take the round, but drops the combo, unfortunately. Match point to Spooky right now.
And just look at all the meter that Hellbringer has as well. Just, unfortunately, all of his reads on the meter burn swords just haven't quite been there. And apart from that one, where he managed to get the full whip punish into the full combo, like clean 32% damage.
And once again, Spooky going for that delayed wake up. He never wake up attacks. Always goes for the delayed wake up.
Oh, and there's the jump.
Oh, tries to punish it. Does get punished there. I'm not sure if that's punished or whether he pressed the button. Either way, that is good damage for him. Oh, tick throw once again. Here comes Spooky as the sequence that he needs. Jumps himself into the corner, but then tries to jump back out.
I mean, something we're seeing Spooky do a lot of, right? And I'm happy that Hellbringer's managed to get around on the table, but Spooky does a lot of back-to-back down threes. Once a down three is blocked, you're in a good situation to go in and do your own sort of thing. Even if it's a down one or down three, which hits, which gives you the frame advantage, so then move in and do what you want. Otherwise, especially if it's Brawler Cassie, everything is just going to be in her favor if you're not making the most of that frame disadvantage that she's putting herself at.
Oh, tags in with the reversal, but once again, Spooky having all that meter. Oh, and he has in with the down forward too. Really good stuff there from Hellbringer. Just gets himself out the corner, goes to the overhead, splats Cassie on the ground, and there's the overhead once again, caught trying to jump out. They wake up again, so he can't wake up, gets the mix-ups. Hellbringer gets, oh, he was not expecting that to hit, I think. Already committed into the down
Neutral
one.
jump kick as well. I mean, this is a bit of a scramble at the end of the match, but Hellbringer just trying to desperately keep Spooky in the corner.
Oh, no hit confirm into full combo. Spooky getting way less damage than he could have got.
Oh, no confirm on the 1-1.
This is a scramble right now. No confirm on the 1-1 again, but he is going to take that 2-1. Wow, okay, that was, I mean, he won the game. He won the game. That was a messy way to end the game, but he got the win. He got the win there.
And he does that thing where he skips it to make the blood fall out of the air.
I do that as well when I used to play Curl. It would make blood just appear and then fly.
So we'll do a replay of that last round right there. I mean, as you can see, like, it was a scramble. Like, there's no getting around it. That was a bit of a messy finish. However, Hellbringer has managed to put a match on the scoreboard. He now has that momentum starting to build. He has 2 more of these to go, and he'll be able to take this set. But Spooky does still have 1 game to take. There's that 1-1 I confirmed to the ground again, but, you know, I'm sure at this point Hellbringer doesn't care. He's like, well, I won the match, so let's just go.
The win's important. I mean, if you're 2-0 down, you need something. It doesn't matter how clean it is, you need it. And he has got that win. It's 2-1. Is that going to be the boost he needs to try, put it in his favor? Who knows? He could very well pull this one back.
We've seen players make very similar comebacks numerous times on the European side of the ESL
Sumerian making constant 3-0 comebacks.
Taco as well did it. Mr. Aquari has done it a few times. Like we see it quite regularly, so I'm sure this could be no exception, but hopefully we can keep it together.
Oh, blocks the grab, but then gets hooked by down 3 anyway, blocking a lot of these grabs, but not really doing much about it.
I'm not actually sure if Cassie's Brawler grab is a legit unblockable command grab, or if it's just a low that Hellbringer hasn't been blocking.
It very well could be a low. I mean, he's blocking it low now. But that does combo on hit. It's hard to call because I don't see much Cassie Cage. Obviously, we don't have many of these in Europe. So
and especially Brawler, that's the thing. Like, if we see Cassie, it's either going to be Hollywood or Spec Ops.
Oh, jumps straight over that reversal, but again, does not hit confirm into the cartwheel. Opposite hit confirm into grab.
He's taking 20% damage where he could be doing considerably more into the same grab ender. But there it is, match point to Spooky once again. So almost a full bar of meter as well. I mean, he's got it to work with. At the very least, he's got the breakers, so if he does manage to guess wrong on these meter burn swords.
Oh, and there's the hit confirm we were talking about, where you can even just buffer it, I imagine. I think you can just buffer that grab.
The blood drive's over.
There's the block on the string. Oh wow, Spooky pressing buttons after. Hellbringer not noticing the frame disadvantage.
Well, he's blocking the low, but not really answering back with anything. Has to break.
Let's go watch these whiff normals now. And there's the new jump punch. Oh, good read from Hellbringer.
I like that read. I mean, you expect him to go for the ground pound. So that was what Hellbringer went for there. He's going to think I'm going to ground pound it, so I'm going to do jump. But unfortunately, in a bad situation right now, here comes Spooky. Down 3 again into a low grab. I mean, that is almost actually a pattern we saw. It was low, it was down 3, that 2-hit string into grab. Every time without fail, we saw that. Hellbringer unfortunately going home. I mean, congratulations though for making top 8. Congratulations for him, but, Spooky will be moving forward. I mean, that was a pattern though, right at the end. Down 3, 2-hit string, low grab. We saw it from start to finish.
If the people left in the tournament can acknowledge it, I suppose. I mean, if it's not going to get punished, then there is no reason to stop doing it. And that is the fundamental thing. It doesn't matter if something's unsafe. If your risk side of it is getting taken away by no punish, then why not? Why not keep doing it?
Well, we say this time and time again, don't we? When you do not punish stuff, high risk, high reward becomes low risk, high reward. When the risk that you're taking isn't being punished. I mean, the risk is taking damage from a punish if the opponent blocks it correctly. But if the opponent isn't punishing you for it, then there is no risk there. It's just high reward for minimal risk of your own part.
So congratulations to Spooky for advancing into the semi-finals today, where he's bagged himself a minimum of 4th place, 50 placement points, and at least $100. The next match we'll see in the top 8 will be a Foxy Grandpa versus Geggs. I've not seen these guys play before, so I'm really excited to see how this is going to turn out.
I've never seen them play, but I know that Foxy knows the Quan Chi matchup like the back of his hand by now. I would expect him to. The amount of times that we have played each other.
Obviously he's played you considerably, considering we've always been training partners for years. But not only that, we saw him play Rio at the Commonwealth.
Of course, let's not forget that.
He managed to defeat Rio 2-0.
A very
Saw Lao
convincing
versus Summoner Quan Chi.
a very convincing 2-0 as well when Foxy fought Rio at the Commonwealth. He just knows the matchup, so if Geggs goes Summoner, he's always going to have the edge of Summoner.
But we know that Foxy's also fought a large amount of Kotal Khan players as well. But we've not seen Geggs play a Kung Lao of Foxy's caliber on stream before. We don't know what's happened before, whether he's got the experience elsewhere. But from what we've seen, I hope Geggs is ready for... Because we don't know what variation it's going to be. Tempest and Buzzsaw can both give Quan considerable problems.
Well, Tempest just straight up hits like a truck and can whiff punish and put the pressure on because Quan has no reversal. We see that time and time again. Quan has no defensive options besides your own wit, really, and your own ability to defend and block
And
correctly.
wake up neutral jump punch.
It works sometimes. It works. It's a weird option. It doesn't feel like it should work, but when you neutral jump punch, I do believe that wake up neutral jump punch can actually be 5 frames when timed instantly.
It's a 5-frame neutral jump punch and take the frame of getting off the ground, I suppose. So 6-frame neutral jump punch and wake up.
That bags him a full combo. If he's in Summoner, Wake Up Neutral Jump Punch could lead the entire round because Wake Up Neutral Jump Punch could lead into Summoner Vortex, and Summoner Vortex can win the round on one touch. So that's the dynamic. If Geggs opts to go for Quan Chi, that is one of the dynamics he's going to have, is the ability to, it almost doesn't matter if Foxy knows the quad match because one touch in Summoner...
A Vortex is a Vortex.
And a Vortex is a Vortex. That is the bottom line. One hit could take it because it's hard to blockables, 50-50s, high-low, low-high, all the stuff that Summoner has access to. The one thing you will not be able to do is zone Kung Lao. You can't zone Kung Lao in this game. He's too mobile.
But then at least Summoner has the bat, so if you think Kung Lao's going to dive kick, you can at least chuck that out.
Of course.
And still be relatively safe as well, because obviously you can just throw that wherever you want. You don't have to... Because it's normally the runes that make the zoning risky. You don't really need to rune as much when you've got the bat to help you out.
Of course, and it's really fast as well and covers another area. Obviously, you would jump or sprint to try and deal with the runes, but the bat, a mid bat or low bat, can deal with those quite comfortably. So it's going to have to be, I think, a read. If Geggs are going to try and zone Foxy, it's very much going to need to be a read on his part when it comes to zoning him. Because he's going to have the teleport. The patch has removed the meter burn glitch with the teleport, which is a very strong
so Kung Lao
thing.
can no longer get a seemingly random bar of meter from Wake Up, Teleport, or Hat Toss. So good to know that's out of the game now. So Kung Lao now doesn't have that stigma behind him.
Of course.
Just get potentially free bar of meter, but I'm happy that has been removed. Obviously, Kung Lao players can now rejoice that they haven't got to worry about getting that sort of thing by accident in the middle of a set. So huge props to NetherRealm for fixing that bug out and making this character more honest.
We're going into the this next game now. You guys at home have 3 minutes to make your predictions. If you think Geggs or Foxy's going to win the set, 3 minutes as of now in the Twitch chat is done in Twitch chat by doing !predict, followed by the point you'd like to spend, up to 10, followed by the player that you'd like to win the set. Everyone started off with 10 points tonight, and the more successful you are throughout the night, you have a high chance of winning Mortal Kombat t-shirts. Best luck to you guys out there. You have 3 minutes to do it.
So it'll be Geggs versus a Foxy Grandpa. Foxy Grandpa we have not seen for about 3 weeks.
He's been busy.
He's been playing
busy
internationally. He's been he won the fans' choice in America for ESL. Thanks to everyone at home that voted him in.
You guys at home sent him, and he took the win there. He got the win over Nivek.
Again, I would like to extend a huge thanks to everyone who voted for Nivek and Foxy Grandpa for giving the European side of this league that representation over on American soil. So thank you so much for doing that. He then took part in the Commonwealth tournament in America as well, and he was at DreamHack in Sweden where he was trying to qualify for the Mortal Kombat Cup where he placed first. So he is technically Sweden's Mortal Kombat Cup qualifier, even though he's British.
Well, he was allowed to enter. It was a European thing. Europeans could enter any qualifier around the country. But I mean, it's just kind of like it's quite a funny situation because we're going to see Foxy again in Paris. And it's
as well as Nivek, Krathen.
Exactly. So we have so many good players that are going to be at this Mortal Kombat Cup finals in Europe, which is the 5th of July, I believe it takes place. Where there is Foxy Grandpa, there's Edie Ikesy, Nivek, Krathen from Italy who played Aaron Black. We have Taco, Lowland Lions. Taco is Holland's representative, and that's White Black is entering to potentially be France's the French qualifier. So I mean, it's going to be some really strong European competition there. But I mean, going into this match here, Foxy really has been. He's got Europe's number when it comes to ESL so far. He has won every tournament.
Every league he has entered, like every week he has entered for the European side of things, he has placed first. So we'll have to see if today can be the thing that changes that. He's bagged himself 400 points, so he is basically guaranteed to go to Burbank with the finals he's got right now.
And if he wins today as well, he is.
If he wins today, that's it.
That's it.
He is 100% going, like no question about it.
Well, he's 100% going anyway, but
that's what I mean.
It's more just cementing it, isn't it? Really, just inserting dominance
and getting that $500.
Yeah, of course.
For first place today.
There is the money factor to it. There always is. And, you know, money is not something that Foxy is short of due to Mortal Kombat at the moment. I mean, this guy's made about, as far as I'm aware, he's made about 14,000 in tournaments.
It's quite ridiculous, but for a good reason. Obviously, no, it's not something we're really used to in the European Mortal Kombat community. Like, obviously, no, there's always been a lot of players from Mortal Kombat around Europe, but there's never really been this massive financial incentive to really push that competitive side of it to keep the scene going.
It's all thanks
Now
to
we have
Warner
that,
Brothers.
yeah. Massive thanks to
Absolutely.
Warner Brothers, NetherRealm, and everyone involved, and obviously Xbox for this as well.
Of course.
For just really giving the players these conditions that we're just simply not used to.
Especially in Europe. I mean, you would only ever play for the love of the game when it comes to Mortal Kombat competitively. And here we are with Mortal Kombat X, where the same drive to do well and be a strong player and give this game the representation that it just straight up deserves is still there. But now we have, you know, the big cash payouts. We have all of this going on, which just didn't exist for Injustice and Mortal Kombat 9. But, you know, here we are with X, with all of this stuff, and it's a great time for us, especially as competitive Mortal Kombat players. It's an amazing time for everybody. But we are doing some button checks here. Geg's using Summoner Quan in the button check. Foxy, he knows this matchup so well. So he understands the importance of, especially when Kung Lao corners Quan. I mean, that's not fun. That's not a fun situation to be in when you're cornered against Kung Lao's Quan Chi. But, you know, who knows?
We'll find out how they can handle the matchup in any minute now. Looks like the button check is over, so we should be going into the set any minute. So thank you for being patient with us, guys. Good luck with your predictions. Hopefully you can win some of those t-shirts. And we'll find out who will be the next semi-finalists. Will it be Geggs or Foxy Grandpa?
Okay, so it looks like they are selecting their characters right now. Foxy going straight for Tempest Kung Lao, picking the nice new costume that Kung Lao has received. Geggs going for Kotal Kahn straight away. I don't think he wants to fight Kung Lao in that matchup with Quan. Not that I think it's a bad matchup, but it's not fun being knocked on the ground against Kung Lao.
But that's the way it goes. Kung Lao thrives on Oki and knockdown games and just straight up pressure. I mean, Quan Chi just doesn't quite have the speed of the normals or the armor to really compete with that. But then Kotal Kahn has the meter burn sword to at least try and challenge if he thinks that Fox is going to press too many buttons.
Oh, and he gets the first hit, very important. Denying Kotal Kahn that first hit is denying the armored launcher one time. Very important at the start of the game.
Speedburn hat for the advantage. There's the cross-up. Geggs blocking really well right now, and there's the sword. It's just a full-on normal sword, not meter burn.
Oh, runs into the overhead right as he does it. Geggs gets the jump in. Oh, unfortunate drop there. Very surprising.
There's throw, no doubt, take him into the corner right now. Oh, doesn't quite get the confirm. The orbiting hat doesn't quite hit in time. And there's the block on the meter burn sword. Tries to get the punish, doesn't quite get it. -3 on the orbiting hat though, so still perfectly safe. Once again, Geggs blocking really well right now. Down 2 to just challenge out of that pressure.
A lot of patience there. Foxy just kind of waiting for the meter burn sword, I think.
Oh, there's the sword just to get in. Hits Foxy, she gets the tech roll. Oh wow, and there's the full whiff punish for the teleport. What reactions from Foxy Grandpa.
And that's going to be Chip, no doubt. Oh, and he does get the late wake up again. Oh, Geggs gets a full jump in, but too far away to capitalize.
Oh, wow. Geggs goes in for the meter burn sword just to get the launcher, but Foxy Grandpa just takes the chip from the spin to take that away.
Oh, Geggs gets the down one.
Geggs getting a lot of mileage out of just the raw swords right now, just in those mid-screen ranges where he knows that Foxy would want to go in with a forward 2 or something like that. He's just going to completely shut up with the sword. And there's the jail jump in.
Oh, he does actually get the hit there. Normally the orbiting hat does normally chew through armor, but Foxy mustn't have got the attack in time. Oh, nice interrupt there from Foxy, knowing that's not a true block string. 33% damage reversal.
Just a hard knockdown. I mean, something you'll see Foxy Grandpa, he doesn't usually go for the double dive kick combo enders, even though it does more damage. The 2-1 hard knockdown does give you a free orbiting hat, which he prefers. So obviously you can go in and do whatever you want.
Of course, I mean, that's the important thing, because last time we acknowledged that even when the orbiting hat was a thing and it was around Kung Lao, Geggs actually still tried to wake up attack. And it worked, because Foxy didn't commit to a button press. But Foxy remembering that, you know, going, if I knock him down next time, is he going to try and wake up attack again? Even when I've got the hat. And if he does try and do it, then if he times it correctly, we'll entirely chew through Kotal Kahn's wake-up options. I don't think that Kotal Kahn was to blame there, though, but Geggs, knowing Geggs, does not seem ever shy of changing characters, but does he's going to actually go back to War God.
Yep, he is sticking with War God Kotal Kahn for now. And obviously we've got Tempest from Foxy Grandpa, as usual. I mean, it's strange seeing a player make a variation change after so much success. Obviously, we saw Foxy Grandpa have most of his success with Buzzsaw Kung Lao, especially like his first 4 wins was purely on Buzzsaw. We didn't see him really swap to Tempest until nearing the UK Combat Cup finals. that was really where he made the change to Tempest, because you know that Cassie Cage can punish Buzzsaw's low hat for free every time. So he made the change to Tempest. He's really explored this variation, and now we see him go to it more than Buzzsaw.
Foxy gets the tight link, which will lead to max damage, 37%, meterless. And once again, acknowledging that Geggs tried to do a wake-up attack last time, but does get grabbed and put in the corner.
See if Geggs can ride this momentum. Oh, Ghost Overhead Sword from a safe range. Smart stuff. Gets the full cross up.
That cheeky jump in though from Geggs.
Foxy Grandpa 3 bars of meter though. Oh, and there's the full air-to-air conversion. That's a Kung Jin conversion right there. Using the dive kick just to get that that sort of neutral situation for that easier follow-up.
Oh, here comes the chip, and that's a full hit confirmed. Does drop the combo, unfortunately. That's a very tight link. I do believe you have 2 frames to get that.
And there's the meter burn spin just for the clean guaranteed anti-air. Expensive round, but Foxy managed to take it. And that will be it.
I love that costume for Kung Lao.
I can't stop taking my eyes off the mustache.
Oh, and does get the link there. That's not easy to do, that link. And he gets it again. Good stuff there from Foxy. That's so much damage. I mean, the reason he goes for it is he gets 40% meterless on every touch.
All goes to the sweep, like almost like the pseudo 50-50. If the sweep hits before the orbiting hat will launch the opponent, but Geggs with a good block, and that's chip territory right there.
Nothing he can do about that. Waking up would not have saved him. Crazy pressure there from Tempest and Foxy Grandpa. And an interesting thing, Foxy opting not to go for the brutality either. He just wants to get this done.
So Foxy Grandpa comes to us a changed man. He's got a new costume. He's not brutality at the end of every match. He has changed his ways.
I can't stop looking at that mustache though. I mean, that's an amazing mustache.
It really is.
It's a great costume. Especially he picks the recolor.
It's the best costume in the pack by far.
Oh, no doubt. Without a doubt. Without a doubt. But this was the sequence here. Just hard knockdown. Here comes the orbiting hat. There really was nothing Geggs could do about that. And then he gets caught pressing buttons because he can't really just sit there and block. He's going to die. Just try and do something. Very futile though. Geggs may try and change to someone like one now. We see it.
No, he's gone for War God Kotal Khan once again.
He mustn't like that matchup at all. We would normally see Geggs not be shy of changing to Quan Chi, but I don't think he likes this matchup at all against Kung Lao.
I respect it.
I respect it. I mean, I think Quan Chi can win. It's not a bad match, don't get me wrong, but it's definitely really difficult when you get knocked down against Kung Lao.
But that's what's giving him problems with Kotal Khan, let alone if he makes a swap to Quan Chi. He's got even less defensive options.
Does get a grab though, evening out the life. Is he going to check him with a hat?
That sword too slow to compete with that, and that's a clean anti-air meter burn spin. Would have gone into a clean 35% as well, but
Foxy getting that link once again. Be a full convert. Hard knockdown into orbiting hat. Geggs not pressing buttons anymore.
Ooh, till Foxy goes for the punish, but doesn't quite get it. Geggs gets a clean throw, putting Foxy in the corner. And once again, just really good spacing with the overhead sword, but that's the air-to-air. The jump too, such a powerful jump normal with Kung Lao.
I love that, where Foxy goes for the orbiting hat just to pressure you on knockdown. Match point to Foxy Grandpa on the verge of 3-0ing Geggs right now.
Round 2, fight.
And there's that running down 4 for the advantage, goes in. Geggs blocking, acknowledges it. Just a meter build. Foxy Grandpa just putting so much bar, especially that one string. Catches the link again.
Geggs without meter to break. That's going to be hitting very hard now. Orbiting hat trying to wake up, and he gets the choose through the armor once again.
Almost misses it this time, but still gets the advantage from it.
Oh, and he acknowledges he's going to try and do it. Meter burn hat. That keeps dropping on Kotal Khan. I wonder why. You never really see that orbiting hat drop, but for some reason against Kotal, it just keeps doing it.
You tell Foxy wanted to go for me.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
What? Okay, he still says learn from this.
I've never seen that before. He just kind of walked into it and then just dead.
That's like a Mortal Kombat 3 Kung Lao finish.
That was. I agree. I mean, that's shades of Mortal Kombat 3.
Congratulations to Geggs for managing to make his way into top 8 today. Foxy Grandpa will be advancing to top 4, where he's bagged himself yet again a minimum of 50 placement points, where he'll be fighting up against Spooky. So no doubt we'll have to fight that Cassie Cage. We'll find out who between Fasol and White Black will be the final semi-finalist.
I am very excited to watch White Black play, actually, because I don't know. I for some reason just have it in my head that I think White Black's going to go Flame Fist. I know he's not going to, because he knows that he needs to do.
It's kind
really
of
well.
wishful thinking said out loud.
It's wishful thinking said out loud, because he needs to get Grand Finals both weeks to really get the points he needs to potentially be one of the qualifiers. So he knows Dragon's Fire. Dragon's Fire has got him this far. Flame Fist has been made better. I would love to see Flame Fist because it just looks really strong.
It's
as
stylish.
variation.
It's very stylish
but
now as well.
Obviously understanding that White Black probably isn't going to go with it. He's probably going to go with Dragon's Fire because it's got him this far. It is his staple variation, and it's got him the amount of success that he's had so far in the Mortal Kombat Cup. offline tournaments and the ESL League with Dragon's Fire. So, the patch came out yesterday. I highly doubt that White Black has been experimenting with Flame Fist this early.
I guess we'll find out soon enough. I mean, we didn't get to see his first match in top 16, but he has advanced to top 8, which is good. Well, let's see if White Black can manage to get a minimum second place once again today. The last time we saw White Black and Foxy fight was at DreamHack, where they fought in winners' finals in a very close 3-2 set.
That was an amazing set. In the winners' finals was phenomenal. Last round, last game, 3-2. To Foxy, White Black really brought it to him in some games. And then Grand Finals, unfortunately, was 3 straight to Foxy. I mean, Foxy does that very often where he just simply makes the adjustment.
But White Black can do that himself. We've seen him do that multiple times.
Oh, of course.
Across multiple games.
Well, this guy, like we said, White Black very much is a Marvel vs. Capcom god in Europe. This guy is phenomenally strong at Marvel vs. Capcom 3. And he, as we've said before, has never played Mortal Kombat up until X. And he's this good already. These fundamentals he has from other games have transferred over. And I think White Black does a really good job of proving that you don't need to be a Mortal Kombat veteran to really go head-to-head with the great players. We saw, Ryan Hart at Fatal 8. We see players doing really well all over the place that have come over from other games and are playing now and are doing well. Justin Wong, for example, doing really well for himself. He's played in other games in the past, but here he is with Mortal Kombat X doing well as well. White Black, all these other players that are just... I'm still the daddy as well, that don't play MK, and they're coming over now and doing well for themselves, which is great.
So we'll be getting White Black versus Faso. Faso, one of the top point earners right now in Europe. I believe he is in the top 4, so he's looking good for being a contender for going to LA. Losing now, especially to White Black, could be big for that. Because if White Black wins this, and then goes on to defeat Taco in the semi, he'll go through to a minimum of 75 placement points.
We literally just talked about this earlier on, where we say it's not just about doing well for yourself this week. It's about denying your opponent those points. So if you can keep them at that neutral situation where you were literally just going up and up, they're staying in that situation. They're staying in that area where they have good points, but if you're preventing them in the last 2 weeks from earning more, and you yourself are earning big points by getting grand finals in the 2 weeks in a row, you've put yourself in a really good situation. And no doubt that's what White Black intends to do. If he takes out Faso will, he'll earn points, but he'll stay where he is. But White Black will move up. If he defeats Taco will stay where he is. Faso will stay where he is. Mitsuones and Sumerian are staying where they are, and he's going up. And that is the important thing for him.
I think this is quite possibly the most ideal this week possibly could have gone for White Black right now. So if he manages to win this, then that is full-on riding exactly what he needs to do this week. If White Black falls now, he is not going to LA. If he loses this set, he cannot get a spot in LA.
This guy knows all about pressure, though. I mean, he's been at so many big tournaments around the world where not only just tournament pressure, but being a European in America. Being a European in America is never easy because you feel like there's a lot of pressure on you. So, he is no doubt ready for these situations.
So moving into this last top 8 match, you have 3 minutes to make your predictions. Do you think White Black or Fasol is going to win this set? The top 2 the prediction point earners today will be walking home with Mortal Kombat X t-shirts, as you can see on your screen right now. If you wish to support the competitive scene, please feel free to pick up the Blue Steel Sub-Zero skin to add to what is currently a minimum $100,000 prize pot to the top 16 finals. Portions of the skin sales from that will go to that prize pot, so we may even be able to see it go higher than that now. We still have time. Pick up that skin if you want to support the scene, support your favourite teams, players, and let's just bring it all together.
That's the reason we have these. That's the reason we have the pot that we have right now, is because you guys at home contributing towards this. So huge thank you from us, and it's here's to try and see if we can get it bigger for these players that have just put so much of their heart and soul into this game already for the 2 months it's been out, and will no doubt continue to do so for years to come. But we are getting ready to play White Black in the button check with Dragon's Fire Liu Kang. So as I expect, he's probably going to go Dragon's Fire. I would. It's Flame Fist is amazing, but the next day when you have a tournament, it's worth stick with your guns and experiment later. That's what I'd do. But Flame Fist is so good
Flame
now.
Fist has some true potential now. I mean, let's talk about the balance patch for a second. Obviously, while we wait for this prediction points to 3 minutes to be up. Yesterday, we saw a significant balance patch for this game, for both PS4 and Xbox One. We saw characters that people considered very practically tournament unviable, like Katana, receive numerous buffs to really change that. And then you have characters like Raiden, again, taking more minor adjustments, as well as Quan Chi. The game is really sort of, really doing a good job of just rounding off and balancing out.
Can we talk about my favourite buff of the balance patch?
This is the Warlock one.
The Warlock one, and it was a hidden buff. Well, buff, really. But when you are playing as Warlock, the buff was that he can now grab. When you do his meter burn portal grab, which is the stab, which leaves them in that situation with the full down, he can grab them. That was the buff in Warlock. But the real buff was when you do Warlock's brutality, and he does the blood shower where he stands there and the blood falls down. He now stands in the middle of the portal. Now, my OCD really annoyed me when he stood to one side and the blood is at once. It didn't look right, and I was like, I love the brutality, but I'm like, he needs to be standing in the middle of it.
Your cries were heard, my friend, and now he stands dead center because it's really important for that to be different.
It was important to me, and it was important to in Super Bowl. The 2 Warlock Quans. I don't even play Warlock. I play Sorcerer, but Warlock is good fun.
Oh,
but
wow.
if you guys at home, go check out Warlock Quan's brutality, and he'll stand in the middle now, and it is the best.
So, Flame Fist Liu Kang got a significant increase. So, the Flame Aura now, that obviously gives him his increased damage to his punch attacks and his chip damage. Now recovers almost immediately. His Flurry Punches, which is Flame Fist's bicycle kick, can now be special cancelled out of, including the cancel of the the Flame Fist, as well as a few other cool little things.
Well, you can do all kinds of cool stuff now. Like, you can do things like you can hit confirm into the Flurry Punches and then do your buff in the middle of the Flurry Punches and continue the combo. So you can start the combo with your bicycle windmill punches, cancel into your buff, and then do more windmill punches, which, because you've got Flame Fist, will do increased damage. In the corner, you can combo off it because you can combo off it everywhere, but you can combo off it in the corner with the meter burn version as well. And it's generally like, he gets good plus frames on his cancels because you do back 1-2 into Flame Fist on block and be at mad plus on hit will give you a new combo as well. I think it's given him some real potential.
But then you've got characters like Shinnok receiving more adjustments. So
Bone Shaper, very good stuff.
Well, I'll start with Necromancer. Necromancer, like the Devil's Flick, now tracks the opponent better. It's now -8 instead of -4, so it is punishable up close now.
We call that the business flick.
Yes, because it's a mid, but it tracks better now. But then you've got the Grasping Hand from the ground. Will now track sprinting opponents. So if someone wants to just run at you from full screen, chuck out your down forward 4 and you'll catch them for it and you'll whack them on the ground. You can meter burn it if you want to actually get a combo from it, which is really cool. And they've increased the damage of his splats. But then Bone Shaper received like really good adjustments. You can now 2-in-1 cancel out of his forward 2-2 grab, which is the scythe, into the restand. His Amulet Strike, which is the projectile, is now +8 on hit and has much faster recovery. So you can now go for the restand and then cancel into the projectile for the restand. But then, Tempest Kung Lao, as we might see here, had a few damage reductions, but he still gets a lot of damage.
A lot of the damage reductions for Kung Lao came from his meter burn teleport into the grab. It doesn't get nearly as much damage off that now. He had a slight damage reduction across the board, as far as I'm aware. But either way, Fasol's going to make this one work, I imagine.
I guess the full whiff punish for Fasol with a breaker ready to go.
You see there's a lot of respect here, like White-Black respecting the option of the wake up spin, like right there. Getting tagged by it this time though.
Oh wow, Fasol drops the combo, that's unfortunate, misses out on a big amount of damage. Gets the follow up this time though.
See, here's the difference. I mean, the difference between Foxy and Fasol is Fasol goes for the more guaranteed damage of the standing jab for consistency over slight damage reduction. Foxy goes for max damage on that in the... Oh, and he gets the reversal. Wow, Fasol taking round 1.
Unfortunately, White-Black did drop the combo. That could have been a big sort of turnaround, but unfortunately does drop it. Both players with almost no meter right now.
White-Black saving the bar, putting him in that blender, gets the run cancel into the grab. I love that White-Black on hit will hit confirm into bicycle kick, and then on block will hit confirm into grab.
Oh, what a cancel. Ends it early though, possibly an execution error, but Fasol probably caught trying to spin there. I think full crossover, but drops the combo into a spin.
I think he's doing the 1-1 into low fireball because it's either 1-1 low fireball or 1-1 overhead. He's trying to get a bit of a sort of pseudo mix.
No, I can see that. Yep, I understand. That makes sense.
Final
round of game 1 already. Such a quick match when you see these sort of characters play against each other.
These kind of sporadic, explosive characters, I mean, they will be fast games because it's all about momentum. Enforcing momentum on your end and removing the other player's pressure.
Oh, 2 bars for that. Expensive, but White-Black manages to make the most of it. Gets a throw into the corner pressure.
Oh, nice. That's one thing White-Black does without fail, which is low fireball, and when he sees a jump, and he has a straight kick. Really strong
and
stuff.
Once again, another drop from Fasol, but that one cost him a bar of meter. Seeing a lot of combo drops from Fasol right now. It's costing him big. See another buff that Liu Kang received is his low fireball now puts him into a crouching animation, so he won't go under high projectile, and that will be it. Clean game 1 to White-Black.
Fasol couldn't even break that bicycle kick because he had no stamina, unfortunately. But I mean, White-Black taking game 1. I mean, that wasn't a wash. Fasol had what it takes, I think, to pull that one back.
But once again, combo drops.
Snap.
It's costing players a lot of situations, and like We are at a point now where dropping combo A and combo B stops you from potentially winning $100,000. That is not something you want to look back on and go,
Ouch.
yeah, if only I didn't drop that one combo, maybe I'd be going to America to play in the top 16 for a minimum $100,000.
Absolutely, but Faso opting to go for Tempest Kung Lao once again. I mean, Tempest Lao wasn't really changed that much in the patch, just damage reduction, a little bit of damage reduction.
Yep, his meter burn teleport into meter burn grab combo now does about 32% instead of 41, I believe, was the damage. And he's received a couple of percent off of his most of his B&Bs across the board.
Hat-trick was quite changed, but I've not really seen the hat-trick changes just yet. Hat-trick, a variation that no one really
A very
plays.
unexplored variation, especially competitively. We only really see Tempest nowadays. Even Buzzsaw is managing to take a back seat for most players. There's the full air to air.
That's a full hit confirmed from Faso, full combo. Nice meterless damage there. I mean, that is the benefit of Tempest. The ability to get really strong meterless damage, which means you can then save your meter for reversals or breakers. If you don't have to use your bar on the combos, and that's a great advantage to have.
Oh wow, Faso knows that White Black's probably attempting to just whiff punish the grab this time, goes to the instant overhead instead. Really strong round one from Faso.
Oh, and he tags him with the low. Faso breaking.
Cross up instant low, good stuff from White Black. On hat, he is at advantage. White Black recognizes it, blocks in time.
You can actually, the back 3-2-1, you can actually interrupt that. If he goes for the hat spin after that, you can actually interrupt that with armor.
Or goes to the forward 4, Faso delay wake up into meter burn spin. Smart stuff, but Faso gets the full punish once again. And there's the break from White Black.
Faso just really all over White Black in this set.
And then he cross up down 2. Oh, goes to the combo, doesn't quite get it in time. And there's the cross up, this could be big for White Black.
Blocked the overhead, but then gets caught anyway! Tags him with the Cyclone, that'll be a full combo. Drops it, unfortunately, and he gets hit by the uppercut. That is the chance that White Black needs. He tries down here, but gets hit by the dive kick!
And that will be the round for Faso. I mean, again, like, we're not seeing Faso finish combos. We just aren't.
But the ones we are seeing are 40% no meter, and that's what you need.
And he ends in the brutality.
Everyone seems to have just kind of migrated to that skin for Kung Lao, I think. Everyone seems to have just made the transition to, you know, mustache Kung Lao. I would. I mean, I love that costume. It's great.
It is really cool. So we see a replay of that last round right now. I mean, again, no, Fasol is at a situation where he is almost almost costing himself the round. I mean, obviously that was a really good game for him. He has managed to tie it up to 1-1, but we are seeing White Black potentially make comebacks that he just shouldn't be able to make because the damage should just be there.
We're going back into character select screen right now. White Black going for Dragon's Fire Liu Kang. We haven't seen him pick any other character. I think he's always gonna stick with his guns the entire time. I've never seen him pick
I would
another
expect
character.
nothing less at this point.
Definitely.
That's for sure.
But I mean, it's that was just a Fasol just doing his thing, really. Tagging him with everything. Absolutely everything. White Black was unable to really enforce any kind of pressure or dominance. He got caught by a couple of wake-up spins as well.
Well, you can just see the power that Tempest Lao has and just that raw meterless damage. Even if you do drop it at the end, by the time you've done like 35%, is it even important?
Of course. I mean, absolutely. I mean, and also, as we just said, you know, the importance of not spending your bar on combo damage means you can save your bar for the meter burn reversals or breaker in that situation.
Oh wow, whiffs the grab. White Black goes to the punish, doesn't quite get it, manages to get a throw instead.
Oh, and he gets a nice anti there with a low fireball, but then gets hit by the dive kick.
Interesting, decide to use the meter burn spin, but how much damage? 30%, not bad for a dive kick.
Nice run cancel there from White Black. We didn't see that run cancel at all in the last game.
Fasol going to that teleport again, White Black ready for it, but gets the dash cancel throw once again.
Because the second you start trying to take that grab, White Black's going to start throwing out a meaty string to chew through it. Oh, and he waits for the teleport, but gets hit by the overhead anyway. No doubt thought a grab was coming, I think. That's what the neutral crouch was for.
Round 2.
White Black takes round 1 of game 3.
Oh, wow, risky dive kick.
Trusted down with the throw this time, but White Black reads it, gets the throw. There's the meat burn orbiting hat.
That was a weird exchange. Challenges the uppercut there.
Oh, whiffs the forward 4-4, but no whiff punish from Fasol. Still makes bag himself a combo for 32% damage. Gets hit by the orbiting hat, and there's a down 2 trade once again. White Black really just putting out that wall of down 2.
Or tagged by the overhead. Full combo from Fasol. Opts to go for the repositioning there. Really smart stuff.
There's a bit of a hat for the advantage. Because again, that's 2 bars. Wow, into a down 2. Not quite sure if it was worth the trade of the meters. Oh no, there's a punish on the dive kick. Gets it this time.
White Black's going to get a full punish there. Oh, wow. And he delays it and gets the meter burn kick. I was worried for a second that drop was going to cost him the round. But just challenges it, goes, You're going to try and whiff punish me. Here comes a straight kick.
So it's game 3 wipe that goes up 2-1 right now. I mean, again, just when you see the combos land and they finish, you see the damage just, it chunks. You're looking at 30%, 40% from any conversion, from air to airs, anti-airs, standing strings, overhead into orbiting hat, down 4 into string, into orbiting hat. Like, it adds up. When you land the combos and you take away those big chunks at a time, that's what's going to help you win rounds. And that's going to just deny momentum that they need to come back on you.
Well, the threat of Kung Lao, I mean, there was always this debate of, 50-50 based characters that have overheads and lows. Do they dominate? And clearly, evidently not. We had, Fisticuffs, Johnny Cage doing really well. We have Dragon's Fire, Liu Kang's doing really well. And it's like, and Tempest Kung Lao even, where it's not necessarily about the mix-up, it's the pressure. It's how much damage are you willing to take on block, and how much meter are you prepared to let your opponent build before you start fighting back. And that really is the mix-up game, or the pressure game of both of these characters.
Forward form, he's so good. Liu Kang's down through, one of the best in the game.
Oh, and he gets hit by the wake-up spin, puts himself in the corner. No combo from Fasol, drops that very, very costly combo drop there, which would have saved him so much damage, and the corner pressure, but tags
there's
him
the
again.
back 3 this time. Looks like he can really open up some big damage. 32%, not bad. There's the mid-band hat again.
Oh, tags him the down 4. Wake up straight kick just to say no to that.
Fasol doing a really good job of just scouting out these low fireballs right now. Normally we see White Black get a lot of mileage out of them, but Fasol is just denying that at the moment.
Here comes the chip, and he gets caught pressing buttons. I think White Black just must have expected him to stop doing that string there, I think.
Round 2, fight.
Oh, and he tags him with a jump too. The range on that attack is so strong.
That's the full spin. Things could be bad for White Black. He doesn't get the momentum back, and that's another combo from the overhead. Good stuff from Fasol, and the corner reverse. Smart stuff.
And there's the jailing. Nice reactions there from White Black. Can still pull this back, but it's going to be very tricky for him at this point.
Catches the low. There's the dash cancel. Oh, the meter burn spin. This will take it if he doesn't drop this combo.
Oh, and he drops the dive kick, but at this stage doesn't really matter. Gets tagged anyway. No health to take the armor. I mean, that was a really nice... I like that spin. I heavily respect that spin from Fasol, because every time White Black did a run cancel, off that fireball, he did something.
He would do a throw or a
jump.
jump. Meter burn spin beats both of those options.
Of course. I mean, like, that was a nice read from Fasol, just going for that meter burn reversal. 2-2 right now. One more game would send either one of these guys on. White Black needs to win this. If White Black doesn't win this game, he's not going to go to Headbutt Bank, which is going to be, it's going to be painful for him.
Right, it's crazy knowing that you're in that sort of position, really. Just that you are potentially one match away from it. In week 7 as well, because it is purely because his opponent is Fasol, who is number 3 on the scoreboard right now, and the total league points for EU. If Fasol advances now over White Black cannot possibly catch up in points. And if he manages to send Fasol home now before semi-finals, that's quite significant, and we'll see that pay off, no doubt, if White Black manages to come back next week as well.
And he's going to need to beat Taco to do it. He's going to need to beat Taco to do it as well. So, it's imperative here that White Black gets grand finals. Otherwise, he's just not going to earn enough points to get sent to LA. But, going into this game is make or break for White Black from France, getting that important first hit, denying Kung Lao that reversal. Gets the check there. Here's the plus frames.
Goes to 4-4 this time, uses the advantage. And the full combo, 38% damage. Chunky stuff from White Black. Blocks the overhead into orbiting hat, goes to the down 2, straight. Oh man, just get the back jump. So opts to break at this much of a life deficit, but gets the grab.
He can still make the comeback. I mean, this will be big damage. He can still make the comeback. I mean, that was a risky break. Drops the combo, unfortunately.
Oh wow, and the down 2 once again. Fasol really going to have to make an adjustment. That White Black is going to as an option, but with the SFB, well, he needs to take the round.
Chip at this point will do it. Fasol's going to have to go all in. And that's literally killed himself, unfortunately. Put himself 2 minus. Anything that Liu Kang would have done there would have caught him. White Black on match point. He needs to win this round to go to LA, or to at least have a chance of going.
Catches it. Good hit confirmed from Fasol. Oh, the anti-cross up with the orbiting hat. Really just good stuff in general. The back 3 blocks from White Black. Meter burn hat advantage. Here comes 2 bars.
It's a very expensive round, but he's trying to win it.
There's the block on the dive kick. Oh, doesn't manage to get the full combo punish. Normal wake-up spin.
Fasol spending a lot of meter on this round. Wow, match point both players. White Black sitting on significantly more bar though. The danger is that Fasol does not need meter to do damage, and Liu Kang does.
And that's a clean down 2 anti-air.
Nice, once again, 2 down 2s.
That's 28% just for those 2 moves in general, but there's the pressure that Kung Lao really thrives on, and there's it. Oh, there's the jump!
Oh, and there's the reversal once again. We saw Fasol go for it again.
But he drops the combo again!
That could have been a costly drop. And he gets the low! Hit confirm into meter. This will be a full combo. This is what White Black needs to stay and have his hopes of going to LA. There's that meter burn spin. He's got access to meter burn flying kick. White Black's got to watch out for these moves. 1 meter burn spin. Oh, that's going to be the game. Oh, White Black survives. Still in this. If he lost that round, there was no hope of him going to LA, but that one round, and again, he loves that fatality, doesn't he?
So White Black's hopes of going to the top 16 are still very much alive, thanks to that match being won. The pressure he was in that situation, I can't imagine what he was going through.
But he kept it together. He had the anti-cross-ups. He was still making the reads. He was still reacting to teleport, counter-poking. He had no fear. He was still playing solidly. White Black still in this. He needs to get grand finals, though, if he wants a chance at this. He needs to beat Taco. If he doesn't beat Taco, once again, White Black will have very, very, very minimal chances of going to LA. But he beat Taco before, 3-0. He beat him 3-0.
So we know we're now at the semi-finals. We have 3 sets left to go before the end of Week 7 for Europe. We have Foxy Grandpa versus Spooky, and we have Taco versus White Black. Wow.
Ooh, very exciting. I mean, I'm not biased, but I would like White Black to do well just so that there is... I guess like there's still excitement here. It's not just going to be Mitsuones, Faso, Sumerian.
If White Black wins today, then next week will decide whether he goes or not.
Of course.
Second place is still going to be good, but that 25-point difference is going to mean a lot.
It's going to add up
left.
very, very, very quickly. It will add up. But it's, you know, it's like we said, it's not just going to be a matter of White Black doing well. It's going to be trying to make sure that the guys that have points now don't do well. I mean, I still think he's in this, but it's just, you know, he's keeping it together. I mean, I love seeing a player when the pressure is on, they still manage to keep it, and they do well. I mean, he still needs to beat Taco, though. If he doesn't beat Taco, it's unlikely he's going.
Well,
Once again,
Taco's a competitive player. He's serious. Like, it's been a couple of weeks since they played. He's going to realize that he has to make that adjustment, and I'm sure he's gone back, watched the matches back from that week, and has decided, you know, what went wrong and really what was going on. Because that was quite a dominant 3-0 we saw a few weeks ago. It really was quite one-sided.
we also kind of see White Black kind of knows how to have Grandmaster Sub-Zero's number too.
So looks like we have 3 minutes to make your predictions for the next match, and then we're going for a short break. So again, Twitch bot in chat will be able to help you out with that. You have 3 minutes to make your predictions. Again, first and second today will be able to walk away with a t-shirt being sent to you, so best of luck with that. We're now going to go to a quick break, so we'll see you guys in a few moments.
Peggy 18. I've long regretted losing our comrades' souls to Netherrealm's evil. Kung Lao, Liu Kang, they were like sons.
You do not deserve to rejoin us.
I serve Shinnok and the Netherrealm.
You are surrounded. What will you do?
My father always spoke highly of you, Sub-Zero. He wants to talk.
Talking, always his first choice.
Okay, let's try pummeling.
More visions, Raiden? Do you still see the future?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Ketchup.
And I'm Mustard.
Welcome back to Week 7 of the EU ESL Mortal Kombat X Pro League presented by Xbox. We're setting up this next match now, which is going to be Spooky versus Foxy Grandpa. No doubt it's going to be Brawler Cassie Cage versus Kung Lao. I imagine Foxy's going to go Tempest. Foxy really is he's like many Kung Lao players, has made the transition to Tempest. He will still play Buzzsaw, but it will seem to be Tempest first, and if the matchup requires Buzzsaw.
Cassie is not one of those characters that you would possibly want to pick Buzzsaw against for one reason, and that's that Kung Lao's low hat on block. Kung Lao's low hat on block can be punished very easily and very cleanly by Cassie's flip kick, which is a launcher and will fully punish him with a full combo leading into however much damage they want to do to you, really. So that one thing makes Buzzsaw almost irrelevant in the matchup, because Buzzsaw you really pick for the low hat. If low hat is punishable every time you do it, then there's no point picking it. Tempest is where you will go.
If low hat does nothing for you, there's no point picking Buzzsaw. That really is the bottom line. I mean, the one exception would potentially be Spec Ops. I mean, Foxy had the tech where if he has a bar, he'll basically trade. The second, if a Cassie Cage would try and do Spec Ops homing missile in the neutral game, he would immediately throw his hat and have it spinning in front of him. So whereas Cassie would normally do homing missile run in for free pressure, in Buzzsaw, Foxy will pick Buzzsaw and then use the hat to essentially deny that. Where if he sees homing missile, he'll instantly
You're trading
react.
a bar for a bar, so
Of
you're
course.
trading hat on screen for meter burn rocket. So you know that, well, if I've got this on screen, it's going to be hard for him to capitalize on the meter burn rocket. I'm using a bar, and it probably isn't going to hit him, but at least it's stopping him from getting that full screen pressure that really shuts down Kung Lao. Especially when point blank you're worried about the flip kick as well. It really just limits your options.
Absolutely, but I mean, we're waiting for Spooky to join the game at the moment. We have Foxy ready to go. He's done his homework on this character. There was no denying that Cassie was pretty much Foxy's tournament demon. We had Edie Ikesy defeating Foxy Grandpa in the UK Grandfinals last game, and then we had a Saltface at the Commonwealth. Saltface from Yomi took out Foxy 2-1. Again, really close game with Cassie as well.
But it was Cassie both times. It's clearly a character that he was having problems with competitively, so he went into the lab and he went to try and find this new tech to really deal with it. But again, he looks like he will have to fight another Cassie Cage if we see Spooky go with her. I'm not sure if he plays other characters. We haven't seen him play in the stream before, so this is the first time we've seen him play. So we don't know. I guess we'll have to wait and see.
No doubt about it. We're doing our practice games at the moment, but just to remind you all, this is the ESL Pro League for Mortal Kombat X, where we have weekly online tournaments. We are very much kind of at the end at this point. We're reaching the end. We're in week 7 of 8. There is one more of these coming up on playing through the preliminaries on Sunday. We'll play through the top 16 and then resume the top 16 next Wednesday, where we will cast all of this right now. They are weekly tournaments with a prize pot of $1,000. Winner takes home $500 of that. But the more important thing is that you're playing for the placement points. The top 5 European winners or point earners will be sent to Burbank, California for a top 16 World Finals, where there is a minimum of $100,000 to play for. And that's done through crowdfunding, the Blue Steel Sub-Zero skin, and proceeds towards that skin do go towards the top 16 and grassroots tournaments around the world. It started off as a minimum 50k pot for this top 16, now minimum $100,000, and that very well could increase if you guys keep showing your support and buying that skin.
If you guys at home want to enter the last week of the league, which will be played through this Sunday, visit esl.gg/MKX Pro League, where you too can enter these free-to-enter weekly tournaments. We have gone past the point now that no matter of your placement next week, even if you win, if you haven't entered yet, you unfortunately won't have enough points to go to LA, but you can still enter for that $500. And, at least just try and test yourself against these players, because these guys week in, week out have been entering, playing, and placing. If you think you can take these guys out, enter that tournament and prove it. Take these guys down a bit.
So now it's going to be, he has gone for Buzz, is that Tempest? Yeah, it is Tempest. Sorry, I thought Buzzsaw because the weird looking hat. The Revenant Kung Lao hat is very sort of shuriken looking. I like it. Spooky thinking about what character he wants to play. Going straight back into Brawler Cassie. Now this is a matchup that Foxy, he's done his homework on Cassie Cage, but I don't know whether he has done on Brawler. I've never seen Foxy fight Brawler before. But obviously we've never seen Spooky fight Kung Lao, so who knows how much matchup experience both these guys will have. We know Foxy did his homework on Cassie, but very much in the other variations, not Brawler. So we'll have to wait and see.
But at the end of the day, you can't take away Tempest's damage output, meter build, and mids, and that's just something that really helps you against Cassie.
That's what worries me, because Spooky doesn't hit confirm into max damage, and Foxy does, and that's one of the worrying things, potentially.
Looks like Foxy's scouring at those gunshots. Oh, I attempted it, but I didn't quite get it. Down 3 twice into the string. Oh, point blank gunshot.
Oh, back to back down 3, gets the grab.
And There's the meter burn hat spin. Oh wow, drops the combo.
Very unfortunate there, but does get the conversion anyway. Opts to break, save himself from the damage.
The cross up. There's that down 2 anti-air. Trip guard gets the advantage into the throw. Quite a slow-paced match, really, considering Tempest Kung Lao's normal sort of way. And there's the full whiff punish with Spooky. Really good stuff.
I like the wake-up string because he knows that Spooky's going to wait and block that wake-up, try and block any kind of wake-up spin.
Just look at the meter build. He's just spent 2 bars. He's already built himself almost 2 back completely.
Oh, he does commit to it. Gets the restand. Foxy tries to get the spin. Doesn't quite come out. Gets the down 1 first.
Goes to the grabber. Blocks it low this time. And there's a full convert, but no breaker available. That will be round 1's Foxy Grandfather.
Foxy going for the slightly easier combo, I think, to try and guarantee that damage.
But again, if Spooky went for max damage, that would have been his round. He got the hit into the flip kick, but he just let him drop. It's like he's not even attempting to combo after it.
And then once again, down 3, 2-hit string low grab, like without fail. He is falling into this pattern.
I'll say again, down 2 string. There's the gunshot. This is a good trade for Spooky. Oh wow! Unfortunately, he gets hit by the full jump in.
That really is one of
2 bars of meter to break away.
That's one of Kung Lao's strengths. The sheer range of his jump 2 and the ability to combo off it for pretty much any situation.
It's just something you constantly have to respect as well, especially if you try and air to air it. Like whether it hits on the ground or in the air, he will convert fully into just 38% damage. Oh, mental stuff.
All blocks the low.
Comes the chip hat again.
Even if that one whiffs, you still can't do anything to interrupt it. Oh, Spooky tries to jump out. That's something.
The game. Opts to break. Spooky could have broke that.
That was a weird round because Spooky did something that was totally unsafe, but then tried to jump out of it rather than block. But Foxy was slightly late on his punish. The jump came out.
But that's something that Kung Lao can really capitalize on. If Kung Lao catches someone jumping, wayward hits, wayward jabs, anything like that at all, he can fully convert it into any form of combo. Not always massive damage, but always a hard knockdown into orbiting hat, and that's the important thing.
The interesting thing there was that he was late on the punish. The jump came out, so if he was blocking instead, he'd have actually blocked that and had still been alive. I don't know why he tried to jump out of that those frames, but unfortunately, no doubt he's thought about it. Spooky going back into character select, and he's thinking. He hasn't gone straight to Cassie Cage. I think he's thinking what character he wants to play.
Well, this is the first time we've seen this guy play on the stream, so I have no idea what other characters he might have up his sleeve. Sonya Blade, cover ups. Wow, so from one member of the... Do you reckon he's going to play Johnny Cage next if he loses?
Well, this is definitely a matchup that he knows more than Cassie. He knows how to fight Sonya Blade. He's beat a lot of Sonya players, with Mr. Aquari and other Sonya players where he's fought,
But both these characters have the 50-50s, that's the thing. In Brawler, we didn't see Spooky go for the 50-50 strings really at all. It was kind of just that same mid string into the tick grab. It was really where he dropped most of his damage from.
Oh, Foxy getting the conversion as always. Trying to convert, but doesn't quite get the full follow-up.
Oh, goes to the restand, reset. Oh, catches the 4-4.
I guess that's the risk of going for the max damage there. If you drop the combo, you lose out on a lot of damage.
And again goes to the restand. I'm not quite sure if he's not trying to go into the spin or if he's just trying to leave him standing.
I think he's trying to leave him restanding, and he goes for the hard knockdown into the guaranteed chip there.
It's almost like Foxy acknowledges that Spooky is pressing a lot of buttons, so why end him on the floor when you can leave him standing and just continuously hit him in a blender where he's going to continuously get hit by because he's pressing buttons and he's not blocking?
Oh, and that was a lovely whip punish from Foxy there with the back 2. Doesn't get the conversion though. That will be a full convert. Now he's in the corner, he's going to get more damage.
Drops the hard knockdown portion. Misses that on the orbiting hat pressure, but still gets the corner, and there's the lovely trip guard.
He's not really being able to get any, yeah, he's just waiting for that dive kick. Dive kick was slightly adjusted. There's 5 recovery frames now when you do the dive kick with Sonya. Very dominant game there from Foxy. I mean, he just was all over him. He was just ready for it. He was ready for every dive kick, ready for every jump. I mean, that wasn't even through 50-50s. That was just almost 100% whiff punishes.
It's kind of just waiting for Spooky to do these attacks so he can just whiff punish, trip guard, whatever. Just let him kill himself.
He basically let him just, I don't know, Spooky very much was court pressing buttons as well. Court pressing buttons a lot. That's why Foxy was doing the restand. He was doing the restand there as well, catching and pressing buttons.
So see one of Foxy's combos right here. There's just the meter burn spin and the complete neutral, just on prediction that it's going to stick out on normal. He did, and even if it collided, meter burn spin has armor, and that was a clean round.
But that's the thing, if you have really strong reads on your opponent's button presses and jumps, Tempest is going to give you a lot of mileage, because every single whip punish could be 40% damage. And that's big damage for just, also not only that, but enforcing the threat that I'm reading you, I know what you're going to do. And that's scary. If you know that someone is in your head, And they're going to take big damage for no meter. Again, very important no meter. He has opted to go back for Cassie Cage, though, in the brawler. Hollywood, though. Oh, Hollywood, actually. Sorry, my mistake.
There's the 2 down 2s into the string once again. Foxy drops his conversion, misses out on big damage. 2 down 2s into the string once again.
Oh, and he catches and presses some buttons.
There is again 2 down 2s into the string.
I mean, without fail, this really is the same thing all the time.
As the meter burn nut punch doesn't confirm. Oh, and there's the whiff punish on the down 3 that Foxy's been looking for all game.
Spooky has no breaker, but is he going to wake up attack? That is the question. Oh, good prediction there on Foxy. He gets the punish.
Ouch, a match point. Foxy Grandpa looking to excel himself into grand finals. It will be if he manages to win this round. So for the 5th time, he'll the 5th week Foxy Grandpa has entered. This will be the 5th time he finds himself in grand finals if he wins this round.
Drops the combo again. Very unfortunate there for Foxy. He needs to start landing his damage. Oh, there's the raw nut punch.
But Spooky opts to just... He's not doing 50-50s.
Down 3, string. It's the same.
But I say, he's getting a lot of hit advantage, but never going for the 50-50 strings.
Oh, Foxy just run in down 4 there.
That's the meter burn nut punch. And again, you are like plus 100 something silly frames from that meter. Not literally 100, but you're plus a lot of frames after meter burn nut punch. Why would you waste the advantage with a down 3?
But he's still doing it. It's very unusual. He's putting himself in a massively plus situation and then getting rid of it with just down 3, which would accomplish nothing. A very interesting sort of style of play there. That's the convert. Again, just Kung Lao can catch wayward jumps so well. Good block on the back 4, the sweep. That actually does combo. You can actually combo off that in the corner if he presses buttons. Actually, I do believe that actually combos everywhere on the screen, but... Oh, nice. That'll be a full hit confirmed. Foxy gets the link. That tight 2-frame link, I believe. Oh, but there's unfortunate. The spike does cause Foxy to drop his combo. But manages to convert anyway, and that is round... Oh, not quite enough! Oh, he gets the brutality again. I'm not going to deny that was a bit of a sloppy game. But, you know, I guess Foxy will take it. Foxy will take that. Moving into grand finals against in quite stylish fashion as well, I believe. That's 2 brutalities he's got from that spin. Normally it'd be, you know, the grand brutality, but that's 2 times he's now got the meat burn spin. But he's going into grand finals, and he will face the winner of White, Black, and Taco. White, Black, and Taco have fought in the past. They fought in the last time White, Black entered this tournament, and it was actually a very convincing 3-0 to White, Black. Taco, though, you know, Lowland Lions own Taco, is not... He's not the kind of player that won't make adjustments. He will adjust to what's happened, and he'll look at what's going on. It's like we've said a lot. Like skilled competitive players, they will take like losses, even if they're significant losses, and they will learn from them. Like learn from this,
like Kung Lao says. Every time he does a brutality, thanks to Foxy Grandpa doing it hundreds of times. I don't understand how he's not bored of the chain punch brutality yet.
Well, other characters have like different dialogue, but Kung Lao has almost always learned from this. Always.
I think it's got to the point that I think Foxy is bored of it, and he is fed up of seeing it just as much as anyone else that fights him on a regular basis. However, he wants you to be annoyed in a set, so he's going to do it. He's just going to phase out and just not pay attention, but he's going to make you watch that brutality every time he ends in a combo.
That's what a lot of Kung Lao players tend to do. I mean, there's always the element of mind games, you know, doing things like fatalitying after every single game, you know, or brutalitying whenever you can, making the opponent sit there and watch it because they can't, you know, you can't pause during brutalities, you can't pause during fatalities. You have to literally, a lot of players would like to go straight into restart match. Like, I'm in my flow, you know, I'm just going to rematch, go straight in, but you can deny that. You can literally make them sit there and watch themselves die. Which is, you know, it's a mind game. It really is. But starting into this, you guys have 3 minutes starting from now to make your predictions on whether you think Taco or White Black is going to take the set. It's completely up to you. Whoever you think is going to win. This is done in Twitch chat. Twitch bot will be helping you guys out, but it's done through !predict, followed by the points you'd like to spend, followed by the player you think is going to win the set. And the more successful you guys are throughout the night, first and second most point earners will get more Kombat t-shirts sent to you. Do you reckon we're going to see Taco try out Ermac against... Hello.
Considering what happened last time, it looked very difficult. And obviously, you know, we're talking to Madsen as well, because Madsen also lost to White Black at DreamHack. Madsen, Grandmaster Sub-Zero player, just like Taco. Madsen was the player that won the European mid-season showdown, so he's guaranteed himself a spot in the top 5 going to Europe. However, it did seem to be a really hard matchup for Sub-Zero. Truly, it did. It seems that Liu Kang can really shut down his options.
Or at the very least, White Black seems to understand the matchup. You know, he knows how to approach Grandmaster Sub-Zero. You know, he knows how to go around and make this work. It's potentially, you know, maybe it was a bad match for Sub-Zero, or maybe White-Black just has Grandmaster Sub-Zero's number at this point. But, you know, that being said, you know, this is a set we have not seen yet. These guys have played before. Taco would have done his homework, no doubt about it. So, you know, this could be totally different. But at the same time, we know Taco, he may acknowledge that he doesn't like the match, and he might just go out back.
Well, I guess it depends on the conclusion he's drawn, really. If you watch your matches back, do you go, okay, right, my character can do this, that, this, that, this, that, to stop what I lost to? Or does he go, no, my character can't deal with that, I'll play someone else? Well, he clearly has a very capable Ermac. He just needs to land his combos. That's pretty much the important thing. Especially against a character like Liu Kang, who is going to punish you hard if you drop teleports, if you drop anything that just leaves you in his face for a free hit. Liu Kang is going to run away with that and just demolish you.
Yeah, that is very true. I mean, you can't be dropping combos at this stage anyway. If you're in top 4 now, I know everyone's got $100 at least, but the placement points are where it matters.
$100,000 is a lot more than $100.
Exactly. You know, it's very significant. But at the same time, White-Black needs to win this. He needs to get Grand Finals. He needs to get Grand Finals to stay there. Because he's only been in one ESL beforehand, and that was one ESL where he got Grand Finals, lost narrowly to Mitsuoins, and lost 3-2. Very narrowly there. Got second place, got 75 points. That is the only ESL he ever entered. And it was later on in the bracket. And in this season. It was like week 5, I believe. And
it was 2 weeks ago. It wasn't last week because he was at DreamHack. The week that was qualified. It was the week before.
Of course. And you know, he's still in it. He's still got a chance. He just needs to get Grand Finals minimum for these last 2 weeks. But here he is, you know, doing well, potentially doing that. And as I like to remind you guys, this is White-Black's first Mortal Kombat game, and that excites me because it shows that you don't need to be a Mortal Kombat veteran to do well. You just need good fundamentals, you need to be good at fighting games, you can pick this game up. It's brand new, everyone was getting into it at the same time. The game is only about 2 months old, and that's nothing for a competitive fighting game player. You know, there's so much, this game is a blank canvas for a lot of players, no doubt about it. And here White-Black is just showing that, you know.
He's proving it. He's proving that point exactly, that you just don't need to have years and years of experience in MK to be a good player.
Of course. Solid fundamentals. For solid fundamentals. We were talking to him, just to remind you guys, we were talking to him at DreamHack, and we said to him, why Liu Kang? You know, why do you play Liu Kang? And he basically said to us, you know, the character has no 50-50 mix-up. It's all about establishing a strong neutral. He has good fireballs, good zoning, good counter zoning. You know,
even better anti-air now. His upcut's been increased.
He's got good anti-air. He's got good anti-air to him. He's got, you know, good jumps, good. He basically covers a lot of ground, and he basically told us that if I'm going to learn Mortal Kombat, Liu Kang is a good character that I can learn Mortal Kombat with. And it's very apparent. Like, I think Liu Kang in Dragon's Fight does tick all the boxes. The only thing he lacks is a 50-50 mix-up. But at the same time, he hasn't got a mix-up as much as it is pressure. You know, the pressure of grab or not grab. If you try and take a grab, you get chewed up by his forward 4-4.
But then obviously he's got his fireball dash cancel pressure, which is guaranteed a lot. But it's a question of how much damage and block damage are you willing to take? How much meter are you willing to let Liu Kang build before you try poking out, before you make a read on the throw? Do you try and armor? And just how much are you willing to take? Because as soon as he thinks you're going to start taking a throw, he's going to start pressing buttons instead of that, and then you're eating like much more damage in general.
Well, either way, these guys are in this character select screen, almost ready to go.
We are good to go. We'll be starting the set now. This is the last semi-final of the night. The winner will be fighting Foxy Grandpa in the Grand Finals. So like we said before, the last time these guys fought, it was a swift 3-0 to White-Black, but we have had plenty of time for Taco to make an adjustment and realize what it was that went wrong in that set. Dragon's Fire, Liu Kang once again from White-Black. Now, no doubt we're going to see a down 4.
Yep, there we go. Taco getting that first hit. Ooh, doesn't quite get the 4. Ooh, Taco kicks into the clone there.
Ooh, Taco goes for a clone. There's the input error.
Now, this is the element that Sub-Zero kind of struggles with, I think. Oh, he tries to do the environment interaction, jumps straight into the clone, giving Taco that corner pressure.
And he is out of the corner just like that. White-Black has not got to deal with that anymore. Interesting to note that Liu Kang's low fireball now is a crouching state, so you can low fireball under the ice ball.
That is one of the changes that Liu Kang received in the patch. He now low profiles when he does his low fireball.
There's a clone on block. I mean, this is really what Grandmaster needs to just keep doing. Just get the life trade and just keep throwing ice behind clones, just to A, be safe, and B, just stop letting Liu Kang throw fireballs to build the meter.
One of the things we did see White-Black do consistently against Taco in the last page was actually consistently punishing Ice Clone. But whether Taco gives him the chance to or not, we'll have to wait and see. Oh, Taco drops the
neutral
combo.
jump. This could be big for him. There's dash cancel throw just to just like reposition things, just get out of the corner. See White Black not even going in for corner pressure, just trying to get away from the corner in general. That's a good trade for White Black. The thing about the low fireball, it recovers very, very quickly. Nice trip guard there from White Black. Oh wow, used the environment interaction to be safe from the ice ball, but there's the really good read from Taco just to get out of the corner. So White Black opts to use 2 bars on that as well. Oh, he tries to add, yeah. Taco gets a clean jump in though instead. Oh, that jump might cost him everything. This is the corner pressure that Taco's going to need to win the round. This isn't looking great for Taco at the moment. Not Taco, sorry, White Black. Goes to the slide, but doesn't quite get the chip. Oh, fireball. Doesn't get the run cancel. That was so unfortunate for White Black.
Sub-Zero wins.
So 1-0 to Taco. Looks like he's already managing to do better than he did in the last set.
He's doing really well. I mean, it was a 3-0, very swift last time. I mean, that was a costly drop on that fireball cancel there for White Black. I mean, that situation would have been good for him because then the mix-up was his, you know. Taco had no meter to interrupt, no armor, no nothing. So it was a good situation for him. Unfortunately, to drop the fireball cancel. But just to sort of remind you guys, you know, White Black needs to win this set to really have any hope of a chance to go to LA. He needs to win this set. Not to back himself. I mean, right now he's got himself at least 50 points. He has 75 right now. Winning, even if he wins next week, I'm not sure that's going to be enough points to actually get him in the top 3. He needs a win today. He needs to double his amount of current points that he's going to earn to stand a chance to go to LA. Like, I think out of everyone left in this tournament, it is more important for White Black than anyone else. Oh, undeniably, without a shadow of a doubt. But going into this match here, it's a straight-up rematch. Depending who the first hit goes to. Oh, Sub-Zero. Taco once again getting the first hit. Very important for him.
Oh wow, doesn't quite manage to recover in time. Blocks the back 2, but safely behind a clone, so the punish does not work.
Oh, we can get the full jump in. Taco opting to break almost immediately there.
It's just a powerful low fireball pressure that's just really good for Liu Kang, but again, the trades are not in his favor. And just look at the corner carry on this, just like that.
One side of the corner to the other. Oh, and he can't go through there with the meter burn because the clone occupied that hit of armor.
Oh, gets the read on the advance, but no full confirm. White Black being very timid right now. Tries to throw the clone, doesn't quite get it in time, and that will be the confirm that White Black needs. This won't take the round, but it will get him very close.
Oh, okay. How about that? Maybe it does. Crazy good stuff there from White Black. Good combo damage there.
Interesting stuff. The very last hit of the bicycle does just enough damage. Really cool stuff from White Black. Clean 36% damage to finish round 1.
Oh, gets a good read in the wake up, but there's no doubt going to be some clones put out very soon, unless he denies the chance to put the clones out right now with this pressure. Oh, there's the throw. Really good stuff from White Black. Just he tends to go for the throw a lot. I think he wants to condition the opponent to press buttons. So then, right in the nick of time, you can then decide to go for a normal instead. Recovers in time that time. Oh, now clean and yeah with a low fireball. Tries to slide it, but very unfortunate. Doesn't quite get anything there. There's no armor on that slide. Oh no! Unfortunately, neutral jump's just slightly too late. Too early even to get hit by the ice clone, the ice ball. Oh, that was a very important environment interaction. A lot of them do actually choose straight through the clone and carry on moving, which is very important for them. Well, goes to whiff punish, not quite in range. Taco is very content playing this very lame game right now. Just keep that pressure. And just once again, does not want that trade. This seems to be what's costing it a lot. I mean, he has to kind of contest with those low fireballs, but all the time he trades with it. And there's the cancel. Really good stuff from White Black. And he knows he's going to jump. He knows he's going to jump. I mean, that was an interesting read there because if he did a regular low fireball, he probably thought he was going to try and wake up meter burn slide, which wouldn't have even done it. But he kind of had to jump in that
slight delay before the low fireball is what won the round, though.
Of course.
As soon as Sub-Zero left the ground, that was it. There was nothing Sub-Zero can do to stop that.
White Black was just going to react to that jump with low fireball, which we saw him do. He waited for the jump, he delayed it. The second Taco jumped, just waited for it, reacted with low fireball. 1-1 now. I mean, that was a very dominant first game from Taco. But very, very quickly, White Black just sort of
Again, it's adjusting to the set. It's seeing what is giving you problems and immediately making adjustments. I think White Black realizes what is on the line right now. Like for him specifically, the points are everything.
Him more than everyone else, to be honest, at this point. It really is more for White Black. But we are going into the next game. First hit's going to be very important. Oh, does get the first hit once again to Taco. He's going to try and establish this full screen game, but the second the clone's out there, it's very risky.
And that's what White Black needs. He needs to just read when the clones are going to come out of neutral, and that's when he gets the fireballs in.
Oh, he tags him with a low.
Taco with the breaker ready to go. Oh, 2 bars for that, but worth it.
Just sending him full screen, playing that fireball game again. Trip guard with the back 2. Oh, wow, this keep away game, though, from White Black. So strong, forcing Taco to come in. Oh, and then the patience with the trip guard. Such patience here from White Black.
I think in game 1 of the set, White Black was going in a lot of the time. He was trying to get a lot of his damage from just rush down, and that's just not how you beat Grandmaster Sub. He's really made the adjustment, just realizing that this mid to long range game is what he needs. And wow, that's the conversion that's good for Taco.
Here he finds himself in the corner. Spends a bar, though, just for the meter burn ice ball.
White Black desperately trying to get out of the corner because that is the problem. Oh, wow! Interesting exchange in the air. Both players whiffing. Oh.
Yeah, jumps collide, but both of them miss. Full combo here from Taco.
Oh, wonderful reset from Taco, just utilizing the grab into the freeze. Effectively turns the throw into a 26% damage move.
Ooh, Taco getting the pressure that he needs, though, putting Liu Kang in the corner.
Final round, fight.
Oh, unfortunate read from White Black, goes straight into the ice clone, still cornered.
And this is really where Taco wants to be. Catch him with the 50-50s as well.
Hands that 2 bars out of the corner. Does not drop, gets the full 32% damage. Oh, stays in his face.
I think Taco tries to jump and wake up and get tagged by the full string there.
Oh, wow,
nice
footsies. The footsies from White Black are phenomenal right now. Just like, oh, catches Taco blocking high on landing to catch the trip guard and gets the load. That's the conditioning.
It's almost like he's trip guarding Taco with a 50-50. The second he jumps, White Black will either forward 4-4 or back 2. So even when Taco lands, if he acknowledges that White Black is trying to trip guard him, it's not a matter of just blocking on landing.
Well, when you
because he's throwing out a back 2 or a forward 4.
Well, think about this for a second. Like the 2 options that White Black has on those landing, he's got the back 2, which is just the hard knockdown. 1 attack probably does about 5% damage, 5-6% damage, and the low. The low does significantly more, can be hit confirmed into full damage for like high 30%. When you've not got a lot of health, that risk becomes, you know, something you really have to assess. When you've got loads of health, why would you not block low? If you get hit by the overhead when you've got like 100% health on landing, who cares? You've lost 5% health. However, if you've got like 20% health left, that 5% seems like quite a big deal, especially into hard knockdown.
Taco has made the change to Master of Souls Ermac. He has actually changed to Ermac right now. He must feel like White Black has just figured out the matchup. Oh, and he gets the delay there. Nice vanish there from Taco. Now, if he can get a good sequence here with 50-50s, but he does block it correctly, but no punish from White Black.
Managed to get the throw at least builds a bit of bar. Oh, wow, hard read from Taco.
Full combo. Now, tags the wake up.
Oh, gets hit by the last hit of the string. Not quite sure if he's trying to jump out. Oh, and a good read on the neutral jump by Taco.
A good read on the neutral jump once again by Taco. Wow, solid round.
I wonder if we can start seeing some down 2s and reactions to these neutral jumps point blank like that. And once again gets hit by the last hit of the string. I'm not quite sure what White Black's trying to do to get out of that string. Oh, it does get tagged by the soul ball. This is going to be big damage. At 32%, not bad at all.
Oh, this is looking really strong for Taco at the moment.
Oh, wow, there's the whiff! And there's the break ready. Good stuff from Taco to just keep himself in this match.
That's one of the strengths of Master of Souls Ermac. His combos don't really require any meter, so you can save your meter for breakers if you actually get tagged.
But down 1 does beat the dive kick. Oh, catches him out of the re-vanish. There's the soul ball. When you see that go, you know you haven't got to worry about getting stunned for a while, but he's still got the good projectile.
This is looking so scary for White Black at the moment.
Opts to finish the fireball that time. Oh, catches it. Oh, no cancel.
No cancel again, but he does catch the teleport in the air. White Black still alive.
Just gotta watch the teleport at this point. Oh, he goes for it. And there's a teleport.
That was so risky, Taco going for that teleport.
Oh,
and he gets hit by the
not
soul
quite
ball.
enough. Oh, run into low. Has to
That
make you, really makes you wonder, like, when Taco's going for so many teleports, when he just doesn't need to. He's getting chipped, he's in chip territory. I don't understand why he's trying to do these full screen teleports just to get damage he doesn't need.
It was fortunate that it worked out for him, but that was so risky. I mean, that teleport was almost so obvious. There was no way White Black expected it.
That was a teleport. If White Black just sat there and blocked, he would have taken the round.
Even an uppercut would have done. I mean, he had no meter to break. He had meter to break, but the uppercut would have just eliminated that, and the damage would have been sufficient.
So White Black's going into the last match, obviously sticking with Dragon's Fire Liu Kang. Once again, White Black has been in a position of this match is everything. If he loses this match, he does not go to LA for the top 16.
And that's just to stay alive, you know. I mean, he's going to have to come back next week and do just as well. He's going to have to really earn his place to get into LA at this point.
And this is going to give Taco a hefty amount of points, a minimum of 75. And Taco has placed himself really well as well.
It's a straight-up rematch, though. Taco getting the first hit.
Opts not to use the bar.
Nice jump there from Taco. Good read on the throw. Oh, tries to anti-cross up, gets tagged, gets hit by the overhead.
Almost gets the jump in, not quite enough.
Tries to anti-cross up again, but gets tagged by the full jump in, tagged by the overhead once again. History repeating itself in all of 5 seconds.
Oh, what a strong round from Taco.
Oh,
There's the low match point, Taco. White Black on the ropes right now.
This is not a situation White Black needs to be in. He needs to pull this back and win if he wants any hope of going to LA.
Catches the jump, doesn't quite punish it in time.
Oh, he read the jump, but was late on the actual punch itself.
Oh, and the down three does not autocorrect.
It's just
clean jump in.
A lot of his attacks are just straight up whiffing at the moment. Just gonna have to punish that. No punish on it. He tries to punish, but it's slightly too late.
Oh, and there's the down two once again from White Black. Just got to watch for that soul ball right now. Lucky that did not trade. That would have been curtains. Oh, White Black approaching dangerous territory right now.
He needs to pull this one back, but Taco's sitting on full bar. He's in chip territory. And that's going to be chip him out. White Black is going home. Very unfortunate for him. But Taco moving on into grand finals right now, where he will fight Foxy Grandpa from the UK.
Huge congratulations to Taco for managing to make it at least second place today, where he's going to be fighting Foxy Grandpa in grand finals. I don't think we've seen Taco in grand finals since the mid-season showdown.
This is definitely the first time we've seen him in grand finals since that point. He's got to fight Foxy now. But, you know, congratulations to White Black for getting this far. But unfortunately, I think it will be hard for him at this point now to earn sufficient points to go to LA from the ESL.
He has 125 points now, so he's going to have 125. He is going to have to get a minimum of first place next week to even stand a chance of going. And that's hoping that the current top 3 places once again are eliminated first round. It's going to be difficult.
Well, this was a good week for him in the sense that Fasol, both Fasol, you know, Mitsuones and Sumerian, you know, the three top contenders, did not place this week really to get sufficient points to move significantly up in the bracket. So, you know, if White Black would have got grand finals today, it would have been a great situation for him. And, you know, it's also going to have to be a matter of Fasol, Mitsuones and Sumerian once again not placing this like they have this week, next week, to prevent them from moving up. So they can stay where they are and you can move past them. But if they do progressively better next week, if one of them gets grand finals, it'll be very, very hard for White Black to pull this one back. And as you said, minimum of first place almost required. No doubt Foxy's going to enter as well, who has defeated White Black in tournament before. And, you know, Foxy being as dominant as he is in these tournaments. But right now we are going into the grand finals of our Week 7 EU ESL Mortal Kombat X Pro League presented by Xbox, where it's going to be Foxy Grandpa versus Lowland Lions Taco. I'm really excited for this one. I mean, I've not seen these guys fight in a very long time, if ever.
Well, I mean, I do think we've seen them fight. Or I'm not sure if I'm getting it confused with Madsen, because Taco and Madsen have very similar styles of
They
play.
very much do. They very do. But, you know, we'll have to wait and see. We're trying to get Foxy in this game right now so we can get this grand final started.
It means there's one more opportunity to predict as well. When that starts, we'll let you guys know. So obviously T-shirts up for grabs today as well. Thank you for tuning in today, guys. We're at Week 7. We have one more week to go before we find out who will be our 5 European representatives. Right now, Foxy Grandpa has practically guaranteed himself a spot with his 400 league points, and Madsen winning the mid-season showdown has put him there. You now have 3 minutes to make your predictions for the grand final. Do you think Lowland Lions Taco is going to win, or will Foxy Grandpa take it? You have 3 minutes to make your predictions now, and we're going for a quick break while you do that. So we'll see you in a few minutes.
Fight! Outstanding. Come here! Bow to me. Finish him!
Hello everyone, welcome back to Week 7 of the European ESL Mortal Kombat X Pro League presented by Xbox. Well, we're moving into Grand Finals where we have a Foxy Grandpa up against Lowland Lions Taco. These guys have not fought in a Grand Final set yet. This is the first time we've seen Taco here since the mid-season showdown where he lost a very close set to Madsen, who was your mid-season showdown winner in a 3-2 last round Grandmaster Sub-Zero mirror match. Foxy we've seen here 4 times. In the 4 weeks he's participated.
Exactly. He has been
no, 5 times
dominant
now. This is 5 times, because this is the 5th week. So the 5 weeks he's participated, he has made Grand Finals 5 times. So
well, he is undeniably the most dominant player in Europe right now. I mean, without a shadow of a doubt.
European. He is the European force to be reckoned with for the ESL League.
Undeniably, I mean, he as we mentioned earlier, it seems very much like Foxy just kind of has ESL's number in Europe right now. No one, people have brought it to him 3-2, but Foxy has always managed to pull it through. You guys at home sent him to the Fans' Choice Tournament where he fought Nivek, Perfect Legend, and Justin Wong, defeating all 3 of them to get first at that tournament. He went to the Commonwealth and got barely just outside of top 8, losing a very, very close 2-1 set to both Yomi Saltface and Yomi Forever King. 2 really, really great players and some really amazing sets with them as well. But Foxy, he's a very, very, very solid player.
Well, he won 3 Combat Cup events around the UK. Losing to Edie Ikesy in the UK Combat Cup finals. The Combat Cup obviously being the European-wide series of tournaments. There will be a live final in Paris on July 5th. He went to Sweden, DreamHack, to still qualify for that tournament. So he flew from the UK to Sweden just to enter the Combat Cup qualifier there, where he took first place, defeating White Black, defeating Madsen, defeating Mr. Aquari. Like, this guy knows what it takes to compete. He could quite possibly be the most internationally travelled Mortal Kombat X player on the world right now.
I mean, I think he really is. I think Foxy is the most travelled player right now.
But if Taco takes him down now, like, imagine the momentum that Taco's going to be riding into that Combat Cup final, where Taco has been Holland's representative winner. Like, Taco is Holland's representative in the Combat Cup, so if he beats Foxy now, he's going to have that with him when he moves on.
I mean, this is a matchup that Foxy is very, very familiar with. Obviously, he fights Useful Glue, Sub-Zero, very, very often.
There's the normal orbiting hat, there's the jump on prediction of the backdash. Oh wow, the raw overhead. And the meter bun slide. Oh, no clean punish from Foxy Grandpa. Rare we see that. There's the down 4, goes in for the advantage. Gets the forward 4, good block from Foxy. And there's the jump back too. Such a powerful normal.
Oh, risky stuff. Teleporting in the direction of the clone, but does get the payout there with the teleport. Oh, full punish there. Very, very unsafe. That back 2 is against Kung Lao, especially in Tempest. You're looking at a guaranteed 40% punish every time you throw out that overhead.
Especially if the execution's on point. Looks like we're using Foxy. Go to that teleport as a way to beat the clone. Time after time. We'll have to see Taco adjust to that. Maybe walk towards his clone instead of sitting behind it.
Oh, and he's waiting for a down 4, gets tagged. Foxy dropping that link again. I do believe you have a 2-frame gap to land that string. Finally gets it. And right he does. Taco breaks. Sod's law, as we like to say in the UK.
There's the Mia Van Hat. Goes to the combo instead. There's the spin. There's going to be hard knockdown into, no doubt, orbiting hat setup. There we go, and he gets hit by the hat.
That was a dominant game. I mean, that's Tempest in a nutshell. Put him in the corner, and of course, Foxy does what Foxy does, which is brutality all the time. But that was a dominant game. I mean, that was just putting Taco in the corner and then just abusing him with the overhead and the low. The second he tries to block the down, I mean, that's the thing, he has no true 50-50 game, but if you don't block overhead at some point, if you block overhead all the time, all he's going to do is just harass you with down fours. Down fours on hit, guaranteed block strings. If he tags you with a down four into a free block string, which is plus, tags you with a down four again, he's basically just going to chip you down to death the entire time.
But he was doing it off of punishing back too. He was doing it off of spacing himself to punish clone. Like, this guy knows the Sub-Zero matchup.
Absolutely, but the second you try and block overhead on prediction of a down four, because you do not want to get jailed into those strings, in comes the overhead, and then there you go.
Then bye-bye 40% health.
Blown up for 40% health. So it's you make this decision of, we said this time and time again, how much damage are you prepared to take, how much meter are you prepared to let your opponent build before you start trying to fight back or block those.
But
the second you
Kung
do
Lao has the string. 2 reps of that with meter burn builds him a bar, so it costs him 1 bar.
He spends 2 bars at the cost of a bar. But the first hit will go to Foxy Grandpa once again.
Oh, he's all over Taco right now, just so hard to get him off. That jump 2, such a good hitbox.
Oh, and he juices straight through the wake-up reversal. That string, so godlike. There wasn't even an orbiting hat there. Speaking of orbiting hat, here it comes.
Oh, goes to the sweeps up again, but the delay wake-up beats it. But look at the life deficit. Just before you know it, your health is gone. And another flawless victory to Foxy Grandpa. Taco really with his work cut out to make this comeback. Back to the corner. This is a miserable place to be against Kung Lao. Once again, this on prediction of the ice clone. Foxy gets in, and there's the meter burn armor, but unfortunately drops the follow-up. That could be huge.
You can't drop your combos against Foxy. He will punish you so hard for it. Gets the restand, tags the overhead, gets the link. That's a tight link. He's going to get max damage on this. 40% no bar.
Absolutely disgusting. And there's the block on the sweep again, and there's the meter burn slide. Just get out of the corner. Reestablishes the clone immediately. Oh, and there's the back 2. Oh, manages to escape the teleport, but there'll be a conversion from Foxy Grandpa. Oh, misses the spin instead though. And there's the meter burn spin instead to capitalize, and that will be game 2 with another brutality from Foxy Grandpa.
Wow, good stuff from Foxy right at the moment. 2-0, so swift. This is potentially the fastest Grand Finals we've ever had in ESL EU. No doubt about it. Learn from this. Learn from this. I mean, you can't. What really is there to say about it? Taco's getting caught pressing buttons.
Do you think we'll see him go to Ermac and just go for the 50-50s?
I'm not sure. He knows how to play Ermac. He knows what he's doing. But in these situations here where he just gets tagged,
there you go, just jump in. That was off a jump in, 40%.
But that's why Foxy goes for that combo there. I mean, it's a tight link. It's one of the harder combos for him to do because, as I'm aware, I do.
But you can't put difficulty into the equation when it comes down to being a competitive player.
But it's max damage. It's going for that max damage and just learning how to get it consistently.
If you don't get it, you limit your damage. And there will be matches where that extra 10%, however much it does, will be the difference between losing that round and winning that round. And if you knew that combo, you would have taken that round. And Foxy understands that, which is why he put so much time into practice.
Taco going for a straight-up rematch now, though. Oh, and he gets caught by the jump back too. Such a strong tool because the dive kick allows Kung Lao to combo off the jump back basically everywhere on screen.
That's one thing I really like. I mean, Kung Jin players do it, but Kung Lao can do it too. Any air-to-air trade, if you use the dive kick, you position yourself in almost like a standing juggle situation, so you can follow up from it a lot easier. And there's the punish on that ice ball. At least gets the block pressure, but oh, caught pressing between the string.
Oh, nice repositioning there from Foxy just to put Taco in the corner.
Again, I like this. Taco realizes that he needs that clone. He needs that corner pressure. So whenever he gets out, it's clone. Oh yeah, clone immediately. No messing around. Oh, hits the clone, but no! Taco doesn't read it, and he gets hit by the meter burn spin.
Full combo from Foxy, 33% hard knockdown, and here comes
match
tournament point for Foxy Grandpa. But again, is he going to take 5 for 5? Is he going to take 5 for 5?
Round 2. Fight.
Oh, raw slide. 4-3, no clone. And there's the anti-cross on meter burn spin. So guaranteed, so consistent. And there's the hard knockdown. Oh, to the back to be to catch the jump. And there we go. Kung Lao being able to catch any jump and convert it into a combo into hard knockdown. Misses the link.
This is complete destruction right now. Foxy all over Taco at the moment.
Oh, misses the follow-up. Oh, and there's the brutality.
Learn from this.
Oh, wow. And just like that, Foxy manages to take his 5th ESL Online League out of the 5 he has entered. Wow.
I mean, that's a message. I mean, Foxy,
he's like,
consistently
I am back.
improving.
I'm done traveling the world. I'm done in Sweden. I'm done in America. I'm back in the UK. I'm entering ESL Online. And I'm winning again.
Win again. That is it. That is what he does. I mean, playing that really nice looking new costume for Kung Lao as well, which you can buy on the marketplace for basically pennies. It's very cheap. And there's the cross up into brutality.
Oh my lord, my word. Oh my days.
As always, Foxy it's 3-0 everywhere. Whenever you see Foxy in these brackets, without sounding biased, we know he's one of our guys, but 3-0 just all over the place.
It's not bias when he has for 5 weeks won 5 tournaments. It's just it's observing results. This dude enters ESL, he means business, and he consistently does this.
He very rarely drops his combos as well. That's one of the things. He very rarely drops his conversions, getting max damage at almost every point.
If you at home think you can stop Foxy Grandpa from winning what will no doubt be his 6th top 16 placement this week, visit esl.gg/MKX Pro League, where you can enter this Sunday, play through until top 16, and if you make it, you'll be playing through next Wednesday for what will be our last week of Season 1 of the Mortal Kombat X Pro League.
Follow us on social media, guys, at ESL Mortal Kombat and Mortal Kombat on Facebook, ESL Mortal Kombat and NetherRealm on Twitter for more information on what's going on. I am Ketchup.
And I am Mustard.
And you have been watching Week 7 of the ESL Mortal Kombat X Pro League presented by Xbox. Tune in the same NetherRealm channel in just a few short hours, where you'll see the North American guys take on each other and see who's going to qualify for those American spots for this top 16 minimum $100,000 pot in just a few weeks' time. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and take care.